Hey everybody, welcome. You're watching Zotian Epoch. It is episode 30. You heard that right, 30. It's been a while. I appreciate everyone for hanging out and playing this game together, and we'll get right into it. Let me play some music to set the mood. So the party, they have gone across the ocean on a contract in order to hopefully find themselves a solution to their troubles with the cult. They've discovered that the cult is far more difficult than they can handle on their own. There's literally thousands of members, um, and they're somehow still operating in the shadows successfully. Well, what the players have discovered is they have quite a few invisibility rings for whatever reason and a bunch of strange magic. Their quest has led them across the ocean, and they are now in the town of Talorn. It is a port city in the bayou, the swamp of an area called Tarbent, and they have successfully done a smuggling operation. The party has ended up with some diamonds, a whole bunch of diamonds, worth about 5.5 million gold pieces. Unfortunately, they are the cargo of a rather notorious band of criminals and pirates, and they will be looking for those. So the players do have to be careful with what they do with this money. However, they're now in this relatively lawless town run by a bunch of criminals and people who just kind of don't want to be seen, or people who may be causing issues for others. And so you have people coming from all over the place, legal business, outside of legal business, what even is legal in this world. After all, this is a pre-industrial era. This is uh, a time where basic things that you would think of aren't really a thing. Um, so the players spent the night at a lovely kobold's home, who took them in as a contact with their smuggling friends. They have been informed that a particular cafe on one of the river avenues of this city is a nice place for them to get some information about what they're seeking. We join the players standing in front of this cafe next to the river in the early morning. Is there anything I can review for the group, or something that I may have missed, or anything that you would prefer to do at this early morning time?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna make sure the stream is properly running. It looks like it is, as best as it can. Excellent. Okay, so you all enter this restaurant. You find yourself some seats. I need to pull up a description real quick so I can like not be so rambly, because I tend to ramble a lot, as you might know. Um, let's see. I'm gonna turn down the music as well, just a little bit. It's kind of distracting me. Okay. So as you walk into the restaurant, you see a bunch of plants hanging off the walls. You notice as you were walking in that there was a bit of vines all over these ornate pillars that come down from it. It's 2 stories. Um, it's on one of the main rivers, which I did mention. Uh, and you're led to the back by a waiter that comes up and greets you. And you find yourselves a relatively large table. There's uh, quite a few of you. And you're just kind of watching as people row by on the river, people going about their business. You see little cargo ships, that sort of thing. Um, the deck you're on has a second story above you. And so it looks like there's a great view into the city all around you. You can see on the larger avenues that there are full-sized cargo ships going back and forth, sails furled up and oars out, moving them along. Um, Tied to the deck that you're on are various boats, people eating breakfast, having coffee, chatting, and that sort of thing. Hanging from the eaves of the of the restaurant are colorful flowers and planters, and around the perimeter handrail of this deck are stone torches. They're not lit right now as it's morning. When you were walking through the inside of the cafe, it smelled like fresh food and toasty fires. There's a central fireplace that crackles dutifully while the murmur of the patrons fills the air. After you sit for a while, a white-furred tabaxi walks up to you. She has pink eyes, a piercing in her left ear, with a dangling raspberry made of gems. She wears light blue overalls with strawberry embroidery and a black apron, with pastel-furled pirate shirts to finish the outfit. Welcome, welcome. Please take a seat. Well, looks like most of you have taken a seat. Can I get you started with some coffee?
Yes, please.
Coffee sounds quite fantastic.
I would like a coffee, yes.
Okay, okay. She's writing down on a piece of parchment. Any food I can start you with? We have fresh pastries, eggs, and some fresh fruit.
All of those.
Fantastic. I'll be right back. My name's Rareberry. I'm the owner of the business. I'll talk to you soon. She walks off, kind of gives you all a wink, and heads back into the back. You can hear her talking to various staff. Is there anything you'd like to do?
She sure likes berries.
It is
Sure.
indeed.
I mean,
I was gonna say it's her name, so yeah.
Yeah, it's in her name and all over her fit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. She embraces it.
sometimes people just fit their vibe. I guess I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm here. I'm here for it.
I mean, yeah, I know. Like, go her. Like, all in. Like, all in. Go. Good for her. There's a point when people become exhausting, and I hope she doesn't reach that point.
Oh no. As you guys are talking, you can hear like industrial sounds off in the distance. This doesn't look like a very wealthy area of the town. It's nice. She keeps the restaurant clean. The building's in pretty good shape for where they're at. But around you, you can hear just sort of these odd noises, hammers clanging in the distance. You can hear saw being milled, or wood being milled, that sort of thing.
We should, uh, we should probably be figuring out our next move here. Granted, it's, a lot has happened in a relatively short time, it seems. If anyone has any good ideas, once we deliver everything, that'll be fine, but what are we going to do with this, extra cargo?
I mean, the only thing we can do with that extra cargo is stash it temporarily. It's not like use it for anything yet. Gotta, we gotta find a safe space to, like, pawn it, I guess, eventually. That's not the right word. Sell it legally. And, I mean, honestly, like, the easiest thing to do would be to find a jeweler and scrap some of it, if nothing else.
As you guys are talking, the coffee's brought up by not Rareberry, but some man in what you'd expect a waiter to be wearing. And they just bring it up, just kind of nod at you all and walk off. There's now steaming pastries in front of you. Looks like sugar's sprinkled on some. The coffee is steaming. There's a little jar of what looks to be thick milk of sorts. Cream, most likely.
Yuck. Cream.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your conversation.
Cream.
No.
Cream. Yeah, I drink my coffee dark like my soul.
Okay.
Leo is not that edgy. He adds a little bit of the cream and he takes one of those sugary pastries and starts dipping it.
There's also toast with jam laid out on the same plate as the pastries.
Ooh.
Guardian, as you're sitting there, you notice a man in red robes enter the restaurant.
Oh, lovely.
Not the red robes you're expecting. Robes you recognize as of your clan. Traditional, worn from the road, dusty. They look like they've been traveling a lot. It's an amber and orange skinned tiefling man, standing about just under 6 foot tall. It's hard to make out what his tattoos are. I know that's relevant to a Carnova like you. The rest of the party won't know what they mean, but as he kind of talks to someone and looks into the restaurant and spots you, he's looking directly at you. He looks friendly.
Yeah, she is going to kind of. She'll kind of look towards him and then just little. She'll just mention it's like it seems like my tribe is active out here after all. As she kind of gets up to go talk to the man, say hi to him.
Okay. Yeah, he's still in the inside portion. You're out on the deck, and there is he's kind of near the fireplace, sort of walking in, just sort of almost looking at you like expectantly, sort of.
Okay. Yeah, she'll kind of go over and just go. It is so good to see one of my kinsmen out here. But what brings you out here?
As you walk up to him, you notice that his tattoos designate that he is an agricultural worker, someone who may be always on the lookout for food for the clan, whether they're traveling, harvesting things in areas that they commonly walk through, that sort of thing. This role is important because it feeds your clan. And his boots are worn. It looks like he's someone who normally farms, but he's in the middle of a city, not a place you'd expect him to be. He nods his head as you approach, says, "Greetings, sister. My name is Sud. Do you have a moment?"
What's his name?
Sud. S-U-D,
Sud?
but like a long U.
Sud. Okay. I was just making sure I had the pronunciation.
You're good.
Like ood.
Yeah, like food, but Sud. Sud.
Sood.
Sud. Okay. Of course, brother. Kind of find a part of this place that is relatively quiet, I suppose.
Okay, so you bring him over to a different table.
Sebastian will be observing.
Okay. Sebastian, is there anything you want to do, like a roll or something like that, or you just watching?
The only thing he's rolling is some
no.
sweet rolls on the table.
Hey. I might roll an insight.
All right. How about it?
Can I do a thing?
Sure.
I'm gonna have Basker follow Guardian.
For the most part, kind of just observing, but might as well do a little insight. It's just,
Yeah, you never know. Okay,
16.
so what you know of the Carnovas in traveling with Guardian and just your own studies and stuff, you know that they're a nomadic tribe. They tend to keep to themselves. They don't really go into towns often unless there's like a specific reason to do that. Not because they hate civilization or anything, it's just like not their way of life. They're very much a hunter and gathering clan. this man seems to be pleasant. He seems to be concerned. His expression leads to tell you that there is something significantly wrong, but he's trying not to like upset Guardian.
I see.
Basker walks into the restaurant. Guardian, you see the puppy dog walk up to you and just kind of sit at the table you two have selected. You're in the corner. There's not many people around. The nearest person's probably 20 feet away. Who is this puppy?
Don't mind him. He
Oh.
is it is a friend's.
Okay. Well, he seems nice. Sood reaches out to pet the dog.
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog?
Basker allows it, but then like after a second, he'll like inch away and put his head on Guardian's lap, like, pet me.
Okay.
like y'all know the gif of like the big dog puts his leg on your lap and looks up like,
Yeah, and like the eyebrows are doing the little doggy eyebrow thing.
Yeah, like the little doggy eyebrow thing, except, you know, with a big dog with a big head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sood gathers himself and he says, I didn't seek you out, but I noticed you as I was walking through the city this morning. I was busy in a shop grabbing something and saw your robes, and then looked closer and saw that you were definitely one of my kins. So I felt compelled to come and talk to you, so I'm grateful that we have this.
Of course.
So, I'm from the south of this continent. I live about 1,000 miles away from here. I am on a grave journey. There's a bit of a pandemic going on. We, in our travels, discovered several starving people. They were just wandering in the desert. They had lifeless eyes. Their skin was a pale gray. Their faces were gaunt and their ribs showing prominently. As we started gathering them and trying to feed them, we realized that none of them knew their names. None of them had many memories at all. In fact, when you tried to talk to them like I am talking to you now, they could barely respond. So, we keep finding more and more of them. We've set up a permanent settlement just to try and house them and feed them. But we keep finding them wandering in the woods, in the desert, all over. We keep sending them there. And so it has been my duty for the past 6 months, something like that, to find food. And as you know, we eat what we can and we don't waste, and we're not a harm on the environment. But we don't have enough surplus food to take care of these people. So I started connecting with various cities in the area and towns and buying food from them, but also we don't carry much money. So this is going to get grim, but on one of my journeys going back and forth between this town that I had made a deal with, a storm had passed through about 2 weeks prior or something like that. And on one of the routes that I normally take, I had a cart full of grain. I hear a curdling shriek and a howl. At first I thought it was a beast. I got off the cart, weapon ready. Not that I'm a good fighter or anything, but I had to go check. And I realized it sounded like a person. I find this fallen tree and a man was trapped underneath the tree. He couldn't move. His legs had been crushed. He looked up at me, and I realized he looked just like these other people that we've been finding. But there's no way a man that was fallen and trapped under a tree for 2 weeks could have continued to live. And it began to make me question, is the food even doing anything? And now I have been on a journey trying to find someone who knows something about medicine, knows something about whatever plagues these people. That man is still alive. I took him home. His legs are broken. They've been wrapped up and we're trying to make them work, but they may need to be amputated. But again, I cannot speak to him. I cannot question him. And so that brings me here. I figured Talorn would be a great place to find people from all over the world, someone who knows something about medicine or magic. I am at a loss, sister.
And you don't. Do you not know where these people come from? They just showed up out of nowhere and just appeared sick.
Caves, forests, desert. Sometimes you find them sitting just covered in animal shit or whatever. It's not like they're from the ground or anything like that. They're just people wandering, but there's no discernible pattern.
That is very concerning.
We likely have 300 now. It's terrible.
And there's are none of our other kin know of any medicine or know or have any idea of what's going on?
We've been overwhelmed. There's just so many, and it's just we're trying to take care of our own at the same time, and just trying to make sure that there's enough places to put these people. They still like need clothes and warmth and those other things, but like to talk to them and to like do anything for them, it's just they're all lifeless but alive.
Very concerning. Well,
We've sent
we
people
need to
across
figure-
the ocean to find answers. I thought maybe you might be one of them from the other side. I'm not sure.
And sorry about that, but no, I am not one of them. I been sent out for a other task that has been assigned to me. This is the first I'm hearing of any sort of pandemic affecting anyone, let alone affecting people that the tribe has taken in.
I imagine you've been on the road a while. Most of the clan is dealing with this at this point.
Do you have is there anyone in particular you're looking for to hire then, or is it just any doctor or healer or anything that might be able to help out?
Every medicinal man I've spoken to has said that it's not an ailment that they've seen before, and it's likely something magical, but I know so little about such things. So that's why I'm here in this city, just to find people, and it's been nice to see a friendly face here. Though most people are friendly. But you know what I mean.
Of course. But if that is the case, I have some degree of understanding of magic, and I do have some. There is someone in our group that might know a little bit more than I do. I don't think in terms of magical sickness, though. I think he is more of the studying of locations, not people. Perhaps I could ask him to see what he can do.
Anything would be helpful, honestly.
Of course. I can discuss with my compatriots and see what we can do. Of course, I am not going to leave one of my kinsmen wanting. But we do have other tasks that are beholden of our attention, but I will see what I can do. I just know that you are not forgotten, brother. We will figure out something to help you out.
He nods in gratitude. You see his shoulders kind of drop a little bit in relief. Thank you, sister.
Of course. No. I shall return to my compatriots. If you need anything else from me, I will be in the. I believe I will be in town for a while.
Oh, I'm staying here. Don't worry. I imagine most leads will be here.
We can hope. She kind of gives a general farewell and heads back to the group.
Okay.
She kind of sits down at the table and just. So it seems a kinsman is here in town seeking aid for a sickness that appears to be magical of some sort. I offered any assistance that we could provide for them if you all are willing to help out. Obviously, I told them we have other priorities to deal with right now, but if we have an open opportunity, the sooner the better to help him out, I believe.
I mean, yeah, sure, these are your people, your family, your friends, and whatnot. Sure, we can help them out. I don't think that's much of a problem. We're stuck here right now, anyways. So once we take care of our business, you know, with our delivery, then that's pretty much it. That's all we gotta do here.
Of course. I appreciate that. I just wanted to bring that to our attention, as I don't wish to leave any of my kinsmen wanting. And we could. No, she kind of. But we do need to. We do need to focus on this shipment and be done with it.
For clarity, you did drop off the explosives. However, you're still kind of in the dealing of trying to figure out information forward.
That's what I'm referencing.
Okay, and you haven't yet received your payment for the shipment either. It will be coming.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as Guardian's concerned, it's not done because they haven't received their. So it's once that's settled, then job done.
For sure.
Because
I figured. I just wanted to clarify.
There's still plenty of time to just be for them to just be like, oh, thanks for doing all the legwork, psych, and then fucking. So
yeah, I mean they could. They could.
yeah. So it's one of those where it's like, yeah, job is still in play.
Yeah, totally. I think you were mentioning Sebastian, and I imagine that you've already told the party everything that Sud has told you.
Yeah.
So the knowledge is out there for everyone that heard it, and it sounds like they're requesting perhaps some help from Sebastian. Any thoughts, my magical friend? Job's not done.
I guess Sebastian have any history he can reference of
let's make some Dungeons and Dragons dice rolls. Yeah.
Yay. Rolls.
Oh shit.
What do you want me to roll?
History or I guess honestly history. Let's do that.
Yeah, dang it.
So,
Dang, got it.
God dang. All right, so you've had some training on this in your studies. You're mostly focused on architecture, potential, ruins, that sort of thing. That's always been your thing. However, in learning that, these sorts of things can be civilization ending, they can be town ending, this sort of thing. Sometimes sicknesses do come through, but to your memory, you can't think of anything like this, where someone who hasn't eaten in weeks is not dead, even though they look like they should be. However, they and I didn't put in this detail, but I want to clarify that these are not zombies. They do bleed out if they are injured. They do die if they are killed. So it's not a situation like that.
I was just gonna say, must be a zombie outbreak.
Yeah, it's not quite what you would imagine a zombie to be. Um, they are zombie-like, I will admit, but they are not zombies.
It just sounds
Uh,
like me when I wake up.
Right?
just sounds like a zombie with extra steps. Yeah, well, I guess in that case, Sebastian
Essentially.
would kind of, yeah, would reiterate to
Oh,
um, Guardian that, well, I've, of course, in previous civilizations, heard of various pandemics and some that have ended civilizations, but I don't recall any with that sort of symptom.
it does
And
bring
that's the
tinges of necrotic when you're thinking about it. You're like, this kind of
Mm.
feels necrotic.
Sebastian would reiterate that.
For sure.
Either way.
So, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna. I was just thinking. So some weird form of necromancy, possibly, is making these people basically not die from, the various things that are normally the cause of their deaths, and they're just semi-normal people for the most part. They're just in a zombified vegetative state.
That's what it sounds like. Like
Yeah.
they're
That
not
smells
they're not
healthy.
they're not undead. But they seem to be resistant to death by natural causes.
Death by death.
Death by death, yes. They seem to be resistant to death by death.
Sign of
I
death.
love that.
Which I suppose is a good thing, because death is the number one cause of dying. And dying is the number one cause of death.
Gotcha.
And dying is indeed bad for your health.
Been
So,
scientifically proven. Matters.
I guess in some roundabout way, they're quite healthy.
Exactly. They've got it handled. They're living the good life.
I imagine Sebastian would just say all that with just like a blank, just a blank smile, like smiling but just blank face.
The driest fucking humor possible. It's like, oh, my people are dying. Insert dry humor dabs.
Hey, gotta deal with it somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're not Carnova. I should have made that clear. They're just random people that they're finding.
Yeah, no, I figured it wasn't the Carnova people.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, no. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't care for them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean that's
It's
why
not
the
our
clan has
people,
taken
so
this
they
on.
don't matter.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not
how
our
they
people, so
think.
they're not people.
Yeah, no. They're not Carnova aren't xenophobic. They're pretty they're pretty xenophile, if we have a term for it.
Yeah, they're a clan of multiple species. Basically, that's not a factor for them at all. Like it's a clan of many type of people. So from all over
Diversity,
the world.
yay.
Yeah. Wow.
Everybody is friend shaped if you try hard enough.
Exactly.
That's the philosophy. Everyone is friend shaped if you believe enough.
Especially aminals.
Oh, especially animals. Animals are definitely friend shaped.
Yes. All of them. So as you're talking, the tabaxi woman returns. She brings piles of eggs and sausages, and it's like some various fishes and other seafoods, but it's all breakfast food. It's just kind of a spread. And she puts them down on plates all around the table. She said, reaches out, or sorry, goes back, grabs coffee, refills, that sort of thing, and says, "Do you all have a moment? It sounds like you're having quite a conversation, but I myself would like a conversation with you too, if you don't mind."
Of
Who is
course.
this guy?
Hmm.
It's the cat.
It's is it Rareberry?
Rareberry. Yeah.
Rareberry,
Oh, right.
the berry lady.
Oh, and to our new friends D&D, a tabaxi is basically a anthropomorphic cat.
Cat
Furry
person.
shit. Yeah, cat person.
Or if you're uh, 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 Elder Scrolls nerd or a Skyrim nerd,
Yeah, Khajiit.
Khajiit.
Exactly. They're basically Khajiits.
Hmm.
Except they don't refer to themselves in third person.
Yeah, they're more
Or-
They
normal.
can.
I mean, they can,
Up to you.
but it's not like the common.
Yeah. Yeah.
or have their or have children based off of what moon's hanging in the sky.
Yeah.
That too. They
Exactly.
don't range from a house cat to a
War mammoth.
giant like. Yeah. Anyways, yes.
You're
such
good.
A,
You're good.
such a funny tidbit of lore.
Right? She reaches over to another table, drags over a chair, sets it down, kind of puts her paws together like you would see someone like doing a business proposal. Looks at all of you and says,
Go on.
"Yeah,
She has a paw position.
a proposition, exactly." Um, she looks at you all and says, "I've been waiting for you. It's nice to have you here." So, and you look around, noticing that everyone from the deck is gone. It's just you all here. People at the restaurant are being like when newcomers are being directed inside into the upper deck, that sort of thing. This is a private meeting now.
Ooh.
She looks over at you all and says, "I know you've just had a long journey and you've been through a lot, but you're at this restaurant because I am your contact. We are sympathetic to the situation." And as you're talking, another tabaxi, hold on, where's my stupid thing? Another tabaxi walks up. A calico. She has a black bow tie on and a red beanie, a white collared shirt with a red pleated skirt and dark gray leggings. They sit down on another chair next to Rareberry. "Hi, everybody. I'm Cleverberry. I'm her wife. We're information brokers. So, yeah, we're here because we figured that you could help us. We're having a bit of an issue. So, our business is information. Yes, we have a restaurant, but like the restaurant kind of makes it nice to hear information and gossip from around the town." She grabs a cup and pours herself some coffee, sips it.
It's a
Our
good cover. I'm not gonna lie.
she nods. Right, works pretty good. Um, she takes a sip of the coffee, sets it down, looks kind of somber, and says, "We have a clan member. People have been missing. We've been hearing some things about this cult. Our contacts have started disappearing, and it's causing a lot of issues for our business. There's rumors of invisible people, weird technology or magic, aggression towards people who aren't necessarily human, though humans do go missing too. Does this sound familiar?"
Is Crasted with us?
No, he's at the house. He didn't join.
It's probably safer for him there.
Yeah. Like I
Yeah,
was gonna say, they talk about like technology, like weird technology.
Oh,
Like,
to
look
like point
across
at
and
him.
like,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
no.
don't know what you're talking about.
Though they have heard of Crasted.
We're in private, right?
Yes. Open air, but private.
Okay, cool. Um, so yeah, we've been running into them a lot.
Good to know. Good to know. So, it's not just profit. We do delve in the areas of crime and other things like that, but we try and keep a moral ground, but this is starting to get kind of depraved and we want to do something about it. We're not sure what to do. We're not fighters. We don't but we know things. And we know people. And that's what matters sometimes. Unfortunately, one of our main contacts also happens to be one of our clansmen. His name is Turtle. He has been missing for almost a month. We would have sent someone after him, but it's kind of a problem because he sort of protects this restaurant as well. And we need him here. It's starting to cause business, and our competitors are starting to cause issues with our business, and our competitors are getting a little, I don't know, we'll just say they're sharpening their claws. We're concerned that we're going to be in trouble soon. And of course, we're concerned about our clansman. I mean, he's her cousin, but yeah. So he has a safe house in the city. He also has a cabin in the west in the woods. We haven't been able to get out into the woods, but there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the safe house. I have a key to it if you want to go to it. We know that you are seeking more information on the cult, allies, that sort of thing. We want to trust you, but we've only heard hearsay. I happen to know Denofa and Jardine both. That's why they sent you here, is to talk to us. And we were hoping that you could go take care of this first. Try and help find our cousin. He's large, tall, gray, green eyes. There's a scar on his chest that doesn't have fur growing on it. He normally carries around a couple crossbows and a great sword. Yeah. Does this sound like something you'd be interested in doing?
Leo looks at the others.
It certainly seems like something help you out with.
Another rescue mission.
Essentially, it will be paid, of course. We will pay.
Yeah, figured we were due for another rescue mission by now.
I mean, it is honestly something we take pride in.
That's what
I mean,
I've heard.
sure, I
and
take pride in my
why we've
smuggling, but you know.
Yeah, hearsay has brought you all a bit of a reputation, actually. So that's why we're talking, and we haven't talked to anyone else for this rescue. We need discretion. If our competitors find out that Turtle is compromised, it could get bad. We've just been excusing that he's off on a mission of sorts, but it's starting. There's rumors.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't mind doing it.
I would greatly
Honestly,
appreciate
anything
that.
to spit in the eye of the cultist is, you know, A+ to me.
Yeah, and we don't know much about them, but we know that they're trouble. So we she
Leo
notices
looks at
your
Mug.
laugh and just kind of like looks over at Rare. Looks back. Yeah.
There's like a little bit of like background horror in his eye that he's just like looking kind of to the side, like, oh my god, you have no idea.
He's
She
having a
take-
moment.
Yeah, she takes note of this 1,000-yard stare and looks at your various missing features, and just asks, "Did they do that to you?"
Yeah. He kind of
Oh.
like pulls off like the shoulder on the cloak to show that the arm is missing at the shoulder. They had a lot of fun.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, nah, it's fine. I mean, it's not, but you know, I have a goal in life, so you know, that's fine. That's why I don't mind it as much.
Hey, goals are great.
Yeah. Leo has like been taking some notes in his notepad.
Okay.
Speaking of which, he rips out a piece of paper. Here's some info for you guys. It's
What does it
coded,
have on
so
it?
you know. Uh,
That's not her asking, that's me.
basic. Oh, it's a quick rundown of what we have seen from the cult and the location of their base.
Okay.
It is coded, and the last line is, "Once you finish, burn this."
Yeah.
Okay. She kind of like backs up from the chair, she nods, goes and sits down at another table, pulls out something to write with, and just kind of is like looking at it, nodding her head and going, Rare looks back at you all. So yeah, we'd really appreciate that. We'll make sure your funds come from Denofa soon. They'll be at Jardine's house, but we're all kind of working together on this. But yeah, as far as this mission goes, we'll pay you at least 500 gold when you get back. Turtle is important to us. He's not just clan. He's not just our friend. He's our co-worker. He's our family. So we need Turtle.
I get it. I think we all have someone like that.
Well,
I
I
mean,
appreciate.
I got an auntie, and she is my treasure, like one of my treasures, and would not have lived without that woman.
Yeah, we get that. So I'm gonna go finish up the. Would you like any desserts, all of you? I guess a pastry is a dessert, but we do have muffins and cakes. In the afternoon, Clever takes over, and this becomes a seafood restaurant. But in the morning, we just do cafe stuff, you know.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I won't say no.
Okay. She
If-
kind of perks
and
up.
I'll especially try to show up this afternoon. I love seafood.
I have no
Noted.
objections.
She nods and smiles and goes off and into the kitchen. You can see her talking to some of the kitchen staff. Clever finishes up the note. You see her just burn it right there at the table. Walks back over and just kind of hangs her head. Of course, it's near the Radirsks. I hate dealing with the Radirsks. But okay.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you got any leads on where your turtle might have gone?
Not really. We were hoping you guys would check on the safe house and then his cabin. We haven't gotten to the cabin because, well, there is beasts out there, and we are but simple chefs and information brokers, you know? But we have a map for you.
That would be greatly appreciated, at least to get us out there.
She rummages in her coat and picks out some parchments. On it is the location of the safe house within the city, and also the way to get to the cabin out in the woods to the west. You can either follow the river and get out there and then walk northward, or you can just walk straight westward and you'll find your way there by following this map.
I will say this because, one, I don't know how long your friend has been missing. there is the chance, as everyone might know, that he might not,
See
be
him again?
okay. Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to dash your hopes or anything. I'm just stating there is a chance. Is there anything that he might have on his possession that we could bring back for you? And again,
Oh.
this is worst case scenario.
She just kind of somberly looks at the table.
Best case
Here we are.
scenario, he's only missing like a finger.
That would be funny. In a twisted way. But yeah, if you do find his
Well,
body,
yeah.
just bring back whatever makes sense. It's okay. And if you don't,
All right.
that's life. We're not used to we're not strangers to horrible things happening to people, but it hurts a lot when it's your own, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I do. I'm just trying to state possibilities. That's all. I'm not trying to dash your hopes. I apologize.
Oh, you're good, don't worry.
But yeah,
Rare com-
we'll get on your commission shortly.
I'd appreciate that. Rare comes back carrying a plate of cupcakes and a bundle of what looks like various pastries, meats, and other various foods. Sets it down on the table. I've got you some chocolate muffins and a bunch of food for the road, just in case you need it.
You are a treasure.
Thank you. And here's a key. She puts it on the table. It's rusty. It's kind of knurled. This is to the safe house.
Ah, great. Appreciate that. I'll hand the key to Sebastian.
Sebastian will take and hold on to the key.
Right on.
Give it to one of the responsible members.
Right.
That's the whole point.
It's not a good sign when I'm labeled the responsible one of the group.
Right.
You're not the only one. You're just the closer one.
Mm-hmm. If it comes to
we just pass it.
one,
We just end up like passing in a circle of like, oh,
I don't want it.
give it to the responsible one. Pass it to me. Like,
No.
no, let's give it to the responsible one. Pass it to Guardian.
Vela, we
worst
just
case
met you, but
scenario,
like,
I have my own key. Thank you very much.
Amazing.
so I want to bring the Tabaxis. They kind of gather up their things, say their farewells and good lucks, and they leave the deck. I just want to bring the conversation back around to also the situation with the Carnova. The man is still sitting there over in the counter. He's had himself a meal. He's eating and just kind of waiting. Any thoughts, feelings, ideas?
I'm trying to think of. I can't think of. I don't think there's anything right now that I want to discuss with him. I think. I think for the most part, if we're not going out to go, if unless like it's one of those that we're gonna go like immediately, I think I think Guardian would hang out with him just to kind of talk to someone that's used to her customs and whatnot. Spend a little quality time
Okay,
being queens,
that makes sense to me.
making queenships.
Yeah, so you spend time with him, you chat, you talk about your childhoods and just life stuff, you know how it is. Um, and he's understanding that you all are quite busy with something, but he ultimately the conversation ends with he will see you again in town. and that he's staying in town and will try and come back to this restaurant on occasion to find you. So, yeah, it goes well. Everyone finishes up their meal. Just want to leave the floor for anything that anyone wants to do at this location before heading on to this rescue quest. Or preparing for the rescue quest, either way.
I feel like that's a resounding. Amazing.
We love a soundboard. Cool. So,
I like to imagine. Sorry.
no, go for it.
I was just saying, I like to imagine that was like actually canonically crickets at the table. Like we're all just sitting at the restaurant, and we're just
Just
sitting there
cricket.
thinking of what to do, and the crickets start going.
I mean,
Like a
you are
cricket
in a
like hops
bayou,
onto
like
the table.
it makes
Yeah,
sense.
like a cricket hops onto the table and just standing in there in the middle of the table going.
Just a little guy.
A hungry bird lands on the eave above you and is looking down at the cricket.
Jiminy, no.
Don't you think about it. Don't you think about it.
It just keeps cocking its head back and forth and like looking at it, considering whether it's worth jumping down into the center of all these people at a table.
Watching you. Watching you.
When you say that, it like looks at you and like kind of like does that little weird thing that birds do when they lower down their like chest and lift up their beak, where they're like, huh. You know what I'm talking about?
Trying to square up.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, bird's trying to square up.
Sebastian says calmly.
It wants to fight you for the cricket. Anyway, as the conversation
That's
goes
mage
on,
armor on the cricket.
lovely use of mage armor. As the conversation dwindles
cricket.
down and the plates get cleared and all that sort of thing, you all are left with a situation on your hands. You have a map. I'm going to send you a location of something.
A location.
But before heading out, do you want to stop by Jardine's house? Do you want to maybe get shopping for supplies? You good to go? You ready to rumble and tumble? Or what's your thoughts?
That I should cast Dragon's Breath on that cricket. Just to see a cricket breathe fire.
Oh my god.
But that is more of an impulse than actually do.
Yeah, one of those like where you imagine it in your head. Guardian just sitting there like viewing herself
you
like
let your
burning the table.
Let your impulsive thoughts win.
Yeah.
Let your impulsive thoughts win and make
you
a
imagine?
cricket breathe fire.
Could you imagine?
It'd be amazing. A little fire breathing cricket friend.
They call them firecrackers.
Oh, that would be a cool like familiar like thing to cast or something. Like that'd be cool. Just a
I
swarm of
cast
fire
swarm of
breathing crickets.
firecrackers.
Yes. Oh
Just
my
fire
god.
breathing crickets and you call them firecrackers. They'll just like swarm your enemy. Just
Either they breathe fire or they like explode, like little tiny explosions.
Crackles and stuff.
yeah, you do the explosion, so you hit them with the fire damage and then the trauma damage,
Yeah.
the emotional
my
damage.
gosh.
Yeah, because
I want
there's
to make
from
this
the-
spell now.
Little cricket guts splattering in your face.
there's actually a small fire elemental when it dies, it explodes like a little fireball. So you could technically probably just restat that, but for like a cricket and just use that.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
I'll have to find it again because one of my players did that for Curse of Strahd where they summoned the little bastards and they had to deal with little maniacs just giggling as they fucking exploded.
I love that.
Oh
That's-
yeah, methods. Methods.
Methods,
Great.
yep.
I think I've heard of that. I love that.
Yeah, you
Cast
fight a
ninth
couple of
level
them
exploding
in.
crickets.
That honestly
Power
sounds
word
really
fire.
useful.
powered fire crickets.
Mm.
Or
So
better yet, just power word explode.
Yeah. So in this map that I sent you, it's the circle is where the safe house is, and the X is where you currently are. And then copy this. Dun, dun, dun.
Power word scrunch.
Scrumptious. So I imagine you all get up from the table at the restaurant and go about your deals. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Ye-
Let
Um,
me see some things.
we should. I don't know if this is a smart idea, but we should do some shopping while we're here in town on our way to the safe house. I think.
I mean, do we need anything? I think I'm
I
good.
mean, there's a bunch of things we could get. There's not necessarily anything we need, like necessarily, but there's always something that we're definitely gonna need to find at some point. I
Suppose
don't
it
know.
doesn't hurt to browse.
Yeah.
I will mention that shopping with
got-
diamonds is a bad idea, and it will cause people to be on your trail.
But it would be
That's
funny.
It could be
it's
funny.
true.
Yeah.
Maybe more of a browsing section, if anything else.
Toss out some diamonds, destabilize the economy. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. What
Stabilize
could
the
go
economy,
wrong?
put a price on your head. What could go
Promotion!
wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, if there happens to be a bag of holding in this town, I will happily trade some diamonds for a bag of holding.
I would also like a bag of holding. Thank you very much.
Okay. Noted.
And then we can
Yeah.
take
What
the bag
is?
of holding and then put it inside the other bag of holding.
I guess
Oh God, no!
I guess that is a good question. What is the state of like magic items in this setting?
Very uncommon. So if something is already kind of rare, it's even more rare. So magic items in general, you're gonna have to know someone to get something. People like the berries are people you would want to know to find magic items. It's not like you can just walk into a shop and buy one. Or you could have something commissioned if you happen to find a specialty place. But most people
Could it
don't
be-
really like. If magic exists, it's pretty basic, and if it's a magic item, it's like an heirloom usually. If someone has one.
I was about to go because I guess that would be a matter of question of like, would we be able to craft magic items?
Yeah. But I would say like that's gonna be. I wouldn't call it an easy task, you know. I would make sure
Well-
there's dice rolls involved too. Like if you were to craft something, say you had the materials and it's like I'm gonna invent some bullshit, like as a
no.
character. I mean, so like having a concept for a magic item is a cool idea, and I do want to allow you to do that, but also I want to bring in an element of like this could fail, like you could have something break
Yeah.
in the manufacturing process.
I mean, yeah. No, that's why I asked because I think what would probably be a good ground is like, because I mean, we have a couple of magic casters in our party, so I
Mhm.
think it might behoove us to maybe take in the idea of either for the sake of helping ourselves out or helping our queens out, looking into crafting magic scrolls for ourselves.
Yeah.
For our group.
I've been
Cool.
having that thought too, but I've been refraining from like mentioning it because I'm like, this is y'all's, thing to decide to do. So I'm not trying to like push everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to get into making magic scrolls, items, whatever, maybe even like setting up a shop or something like that, totally, it's up to you. So.
Yeah.
Sorcerers don't need scrolls. They get the power of magic from generations of inbreeding.
Boy howdy.
I was about to go. You just calling Sebastian out like he's some sort of magical Habsburg or something.
Yeah. Oh my god. The
Am I
chin.
fucking wrong?
No, you're on point.
Yeah, and just
So when do we
like,
get the
you know,
the guillotines?
just like warlocks don't need scrolls either. They get theirs from the power of having
I
an
get-
eldritch sugar daddy.
Yeah.
I have a double-barreled shotgun basically. I get 2 shots. That's it. I need something.
Yeah, no, you do. It's equipment, items, something like. I mean, we do have a barbarian friend now, and also, Meg, for knowledge for you as a new D&D player, magic scrolls are items that you can use to cast something, just like a wizard or a sorcerer would. But you can use just a piece of parchment to do it as a barbarian or just regular person or whatever. So if the group was to be making stuff like that, they could hand you these scrolls and be like, here you go, barbarian, you can use this to like do cool shit. So yeah,
You know what? I'm committed to this bit. I would
Barbarian
like to...
with magic.
let's go.
Yeah, I was about to...
Hey, a barbarian that happens to have shield spells on hand is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So I guess, well, I don't have shield, but I have something even. I have something pretty needy too. Could with the wealth that we can have without us getting in trouble,
Mm-hmm.
could I potentially partition the party to allow? Because I'm not sure what the cost will be, but but I guess that's up to you. I want to use the knowledge to craft down a couple of dragon breath scrolls, and I would give them to our new barbarian friend.
That would be so dope.
Fire breathing barbarian.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, it doesn't have to be fire. That's the beauty of it. Just be like, just do it this way if you want this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meg, would you rather breathe like fire or like electricity or poison, or what were you thinking there?
Fire.
Okay, you want fire? Yeah, if you tell her that, if you have this conversation, Guardian will ask if you would want that. If you say fire, she's like, all right, cool, I got you, and kind of.
I imagine this
Work on that.
conversation is happening as you guys are like walking from the restaurant back to Jardine's house or wherever you're going, just like chilling, having
Yeah,
thoughts.
well, when there's a discussion of the equipment and stuff like that, that's probably something Guardian would be like, hey, I could probably try to write some stuff down and see where we'd go from there.
Heck yeah,
Yeah, because magic.
them's good ideas.
I'll have to. Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna look up the rules of this now because now I'm.
Yeah, I know there's crafting rules. I'm not super familiar on them, but like I figure we'll just follow that and like
Creating magic. See, this is why I always have the DMG near me.
the Bible.
That's why I do. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Creating spell scrolls. That's spell damage. I need spell scrolls.
So if the DMG is the Bible, is that how you become a new dungeon master? You swear on the DMG?
No,
Yeah.
no,
yeah.
Well, the problem with the DMG is it's straight up like it tells you everything and nothing at the same time. It drives me fucking
Ain't that
nuts.
the fucking truth? I spend all this money on these books and I'm reading through them and I'm like, a lot of times it's just like, you do you, boo. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's super disappointing.
The way that they design it is like bizarre and bewildering.
The answer to everything
Yep.
is
You
at
know what,
DM's discretion.
Pretty
you know
much.
what? Yeah. I'm looking this up on Google. Spell Scrolls 5e. Okay. Because there is a fucking way to. Because I know there is a way to like make them. Unless I'm just like fucking high and I read that somewhere else.
No, I know they can be done. I'm looking it up now as well.
Okay.
So it has to be on your spell list. So like the one that you were just talking about would work.
Yeah. Because I also have a rule set that talks about making like enchanting magic items and shit, and I think it has something for spell scrolls.
Oh, so the rules are hella basic. They're like 25 gold for a first level spell, 500 gold for a third level spell. Honestly, if
I'll leave that up to you, honestly.
I don't want to do it like that because that's not interesting to me because that isn't resources, that's not items, that's not magic. That's just turning money into spells and that doesn't make sense to me. So we should have some chats about how to make that. I would assume that there needs to be a bit of like maybe you use your spell slot for the day to create it. You imbue it into a piece of paper, and that is now a
That
spell
was
scroll.
the impression I got with spell scrolls.
That's
honestly,
how I would rather do it. Is like every day you have your certain spell scrolls or spell slots. You can use them in combat, or you could use them to make some shit for the team. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm 100% down for that. I'm willing to burn both my spell slots for this.
Okay. So I'm thinking.
I usually see it as infusing the magic of the spell that you are wanting to, infuse into it. But like infusing the magic, it doesn't necessarily require a spell slot, but it can, and it makes sense if it does.
Well, per the rules, it doesn't, but per my rules, it will. I'm not gonna like have it be free and easy. It needs to be a decision. I'm also thinking like a catalyst item. Any ideas for like a catalyst item? So like you have your piece of paper, you have your spell slot of whatever spell you want to put to that piece of paper. We need something to combine that. That can be a resource that you guys find and use.
I think that's the reason for the gold cost. It's presuming that you're buying the components and.
Yeah, I don't want to do. Like
yeah,
okay,
no,
if you're gonna have, I get that though. I get that. Yeah, it does make that easier, kind of. But like, I just want it to be like you have to find parchment, you have to be ready to use a spell slot, and then there needs to be something in the mix. Maybe you have to use beer, or you have to use like, I don't know, oil, something to combine them.
Beer magic.
Why would we waste beer?
Just a suggestion.
Yeah.
No, we do not waste beer.
Okay, we'll not
Beer
use
is
beer.
sacred.
I love
That's
it.
I guess that's see it's not the beer like itself. It's the act of pouring one out for the homies.
Yeah, exactly.
we can discuss it later.
For sure.
I think that's
I was also thinking like maybe a type of flower or a plant that you just know is useful for this kind of thing.
I know Dragon's Breath specifically, one of its components is a jalapeno, so it could be
Peppers.
still using
Ooh.
spell costs.
I love
That's
peppers.
just so it's perfect to me, the fact that the component for Dragon's Breath is a hot pepper.
Jalapenos, right? It's amazing.
It is a literal meme on different like short video social media networks that
Like when you go to cast a spell, you're not actually casting any spell. You're just
you're just
eating a
making
pepper.
it out.
You're just taking a pepper and
It is a
eating
literal
it,
pun.
and then it's literally turning into fire.
What
Oh,
is
that's
what
amazing.
is
Turned your
what
breath
is
into
the
fire.
what is the component for detect thoughts?
That's a good question.
Copper coin. What's the pun?
Penny for your thoughts.
Ding.
Oh my god. That's so clever.
But
So
anyway,
is that so this whole time we don't even realize it, but every spell component in D&D is actually just
A meme.
A pun.
a pun.
oh, it 100% is.
All
That's
right, now I got to
amazing.
start looking through my spell list. Hold on.
Now the
Anyway.
realization has hit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Booming blade components, a melee weapon worth at least 1
We have
silver.
to eat a melee
Look up
weapon.
pass wall.
Wait, look at what?
Pass wall. P-A-S. Pass wall. Bleh, English.
Pass wall.
P-A-S-S-W-A-L-L.
Pass wall. What is this?
Anyway,
That's a
doing, yeah,
I think it would
spell
be
scroll should.
pinch of sesame seeds.
Oh, open sesame. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Good
Now
berry
I have to
requires
find a
a
meme.
sprig of mistletoe.
What have you done?
This is amazing.
I have found the meme.
Heck yes. Oh god. That sent me as a kid. Fuck. I love it.
I'm never
Okay.
gonna be able to look at spells the same again.
Me neither. Never. I'm glad
They're
this
all
conversation
puns,
happened.
I tell you. They're all puns.
Every single one. Okay. So, when it comes to crafting a scroll, I would say it definitely takes a spell slot. It definitely takes paper. And the catalyst, I'm not convinced needs to be the thing in the spells components. It could be. But I feel like that might bog us down. So having a resource that allows you to make them would be reasonable, I'd say. But I also like the idea of like a particular item that you guys are used to or is like a meme for the party or whatever could be useful. Yeah. That's my thoughts there. We don't have to be definitive about it, but we definitely should be in the business of crafting spells. And
I
any
think
other
it would
magic
make a lot
items
of
that you're trying to do. But it all has to be a conversation for whatever particular item it is.
yeah.
I would say
think
for
it
like your
would
basic
make
spells,
a lot of
no roll is needed. But if it's an object, a roll is definitely needed involved. What were you saying, Sky?
I was saying it would make a lot of sense for Sebastian to be in the business of making scrolls.
Totally. And like, say you've gone on a day's thing or whatever, and you've got some spell slots left. That's the time to use them. Is right before long rest, is to create some spells for the team.
Genius.
Yeah. Sick. Okay. So I imagine you guys are making your way to the safe house. Do you stop at any shops, or do you go to the house at all? Do you grab Crasted, that sort of thing? Crasted and Jirok are just kind of hanging out at Jardine's house.
That's if. Does Crasted want to come with us on this grand adventure?
Oh, he down for whatever.
Let's go, Crasty.
Okay.
All right.
Like Sebastian would give Crasted the rundown, the situation. It's kind of. So on one hand we have a rescue mission, and on the other we have a pandemic to solve. So we have some work.
I don't have my voice changer because I'm
Yeah.
broke, so I'm just gonna talk for him like in a normal voice.
That's fine.
I'll make it slightly robotic for you.
His
For-
voice
Yeah,
modulator.
you have to do it.
Yeah,
You have to do the robo voice manually now.
I can't. There's no way. Well, that all sounds awful. But hey, we have someone to go rescue. That's cool, I guess.
Very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's
it's honestly a better job than what we might have ended up with.
How so?
Think about it. Out of the numerous amount of jobs that we could accidentally run into, we have solve a weird magic disease and rescue an information broker's bodyguard slash family member.
I mean, the
I
pandemic one
mean,
sounds kind of awful, if I'm honest.
you're not wrong. Trust me, that one honestly terrifies me. I mean, but we could have easily been sent out to be just like, hey, go kill this guy. Why? What did he do? And we just you have to go out and kill a guy for 500 gold? That's not okay.
Knowing you guys, I don't think you'd probably take that either. Maybe you would. I don't know. But with all this money, that sketches me
Or
out
it could
most.
be, or it could be another job that involves uh, crawling through sewers.
I can't smell,
So
but I don't
at
want
least
to
we're
do
not
that
doing
again.
that.
It was gross.
Yeah.
I
So at least we're
also
not doing
don't
that again.
feel like doing that again. Thankfully, this city doesn't seem like it has sewers, so I think that's fine.
Creston
Wait,
looks out
but
the
then
window and just kind of around at the city. It seems a little run down, I'll be honest.
I think that's just the way it looks on the surface. I mean, the cafe we went to earlier was pretty nice. Wasn't like, I mean, honestly, it was probably was it better than the tavern in Baclamel, or was it like
Oh, that's a
worse?
good
But
question.
like,
Um, the one in Baclamel is way simpler, way more like, you know, closer to caveman shit. It's a lot. It has like a gravel floor and stuff. So I'd say it's definitely like, but it's nicely kept and stuff. So I'd say like they're on par, relatively. The materials are different, but yeah, they're both about as nice as each other. The one in Aronia was a lot fancier and a lot like hipper and freshly built and made of nice stone and stuff like that. Um, anyway, Crasted looks around at the house they're in and says, "Well, guess we better go figure this out. I'm game. Do we leave the cart here? What are we doing with the diamonds anyway?"
we're taking those with us. It's not like
It might be
we
the
can just leave
safest.
them here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be safer to take them with us if it's nothing else. That
Jardine
way,
said we could leave
somebody
the
to
cart here if we need, but up to you.
I feel more secure having them on me rather than stashing them right now in a place that I don't entirely trust yet.
Plus, I won't lose my chair. It'll be right with us.
Yeah, that's true. We'll probably need to take the cart if we're planning on visiting the Carnova.
That's thousands of miles away.
Oh, then, I mean, we would definitely need the cart for that, and I don't think we'd get there in like a day.
Definitely not.
Yeah. It's like, oh, thinks of how long that trip is gonna be, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah. I know I did say it super briefly, but during that conversation with Guardian, yeah, he's traveled a really long way to get to this place. So, is pretty far away. So, all right. So Crusted gathers himself, gets whatever done, and as you guys are in the backyard, getting the cart ready, hooking up the camels, feeding them, that sort of thing, um, Jardine comes back and is holding a pouch. He like calls out while he's in the house, um, and then looks around at the backyard and sees you all there. Goes,
Oh, okay.
walks out the door.
Hey guys, I got your gold from Denofa.
Holds out his
Excellent.
satchel.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. So, you're always welcome to come back here if you want. My home's always open to you. Friend of Denofa is a friend of mine. And, sounds like the berries are taking care of you too, so we're all friends, and it's nice to meet you guys.
Pleasure is ours, friend.
Yeah, we really appreciate your help. The camels got plenty of food. If you don't mind taking care of them for a while as well. Like, I hope it's not too much trouble. Like, you know.
DM, no, I thought the cart was coming with, or no?
To the safe house?
I thought that's what you were saying. So
Oh, I mean, if we're leaving the cart, and we are gonna need to leave the camels too.
yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what you guys
the
want to do.
cabin. Yeah, if we leave the cart and the camels, and he takes care of them for a few days, it's not gonna be that much trouble.
Oh no,
And
he's happy to
then
do
we
that.
can visit the safe house today, go grab dinner, sleep, and then head out to the cabin tomorrow.
Sure.
At least that's what I was thinking of mentioning to everybody.
What does
I mean,
the party
it's a
think?
fairly large city, so
Yeah,
I
yeah, no, I
mean,
get that. Plus,
it
you
could
just
easily
traveled
be-
for 2 weeks across the ocean, so you're probably a little worn out. It would make sense to just like spend a day in the town.
yeah, we can explore on the way to the safe house if there's anything of like note of particular interest for anybody. And let me think. At least that's my idea. We leave the cart and the camels here, go to the safe house, explore the town. If the safe house has anything of note, we can choose to either stay here in town, or we can head out immediately to the cabin. The cabin's not terribly far from what I understand.
It's about a day's travel on foot,
Okay.
so half a day with the mount.
So I mean, yeah, it would be easier to leave tomorrow if we're headed out to that cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no problem. I can take care of them. They'll be safe here. I like animals.
All right. We really appreciate that. Like, we really do.
Of course.
But yeah, we still got 2 weeks worth of food, I think, for them. Maybe a little more.
Mm-hmm. And there's plenty in town if we need to get some more for them. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, if you do happen to run out, like, just in case, just let us know, and I'll make sure we reimburse you.
Okay.
He walks up to the camels and just kind of pats them. He's pretty short, kobolds are short. So like when he reaches up to pet the camel, he just sort of like slaps the side of their belly.
Good dog. Oh, I mean camel. Good dog. Camel.
Bless him.
I think they'll be great friends.
The camels are basically paying him no mind. They're just munching on whatever's on the ground.
See, camels, they're easy. You just give them something to chew on.
They're happy.
Give them some knobs and they're good.
Yeah.
There's They're just little guys at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. So, I gather that you, Oh, I need to hand you a thing. You open up the
What
satchel, and
thing?
it's full of gold. Lots of gold. Your smuggling operation was pretty profitable.
Can we guess how much it is?
Oh, I wrote it in chat. It's 1,000 gold. Sorry. I should have
Oh,
just said
wow.
it.
Ooh.
I have words and a voice.
Indeed.
Yeah. So nice hefty satchel of gold. 1,000 gold pieces for shipping a rather potent and modern explosive technology.
All right,
That
1,000
won't cause any
divided by.
repercussions in the future.
Not at all.
No,
Didn't do
this will
anything.
completely come back to bite us in the ass.
You didn't introduce anything to the area that could be causing problems.
That's 200 gold for everybody.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, so go ahead and add 200 to your individual inventories. Every single one of you.
Every single one is yeah.
Oh, and also make sure you are long rested as well before we head out.
Noted.
Now I'm stuck, like, looking through all of the spells that have material components, trying to figure out the puns in each one.
I've sent you down a rabbit hole, haven't I?
It's gonna be
Yes,
constant.
Yes, you have.
Just gonna,
Meg. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna be. You're gonna keep getting new spells and searching through which ones are gonna have obvious puns or not.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's gonna be canon. It's gonna be the new canon. It's gonna be a character completely dedicated to getting all the spells that have an obvious pun.
I'm starting to
Yes.
think wizards were just dad jokers.
Oh my god. Vela, do you know how to add money to your account?
I know we use direct deposit.
I just had it under loot, but I don't know if that was correct.
Oh, you put it under loot? Oh, I see. So there's in the top of your sheet, there's a thing that says platinum, gold, electrum, silver, and copper. If you're looking at your inventory, you currently have 10 gold in there. So that's what you can use as like your purse, basically. Yeah. Heck yeah. Sorry, not trying to call you out, just trying to help you learn, that's all.
No, yeah, that I definitely needed that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. So, you all start leaving Jardine's house. You have money in your pocket.
I have a house now? That's new.
No, it's Jardine's house.
Oh, I heard Guardian. I was like, what?
Oh, no. Jardine's. That's the kobold.
Yeah, we're leaving Sardine's house.
Yes, Sardine.
Okay.
Sardine. Yes. Our good kobold friend Sardine.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Letters.
God damn it. That threw me off.
I'm sorry.
You're good, you're good. I mumble sometimes, it's fine. So, as you all are leaving the house and you're traveling through the city, it's a busy day. Boats are going across the water in all these areas. You're reaching the drawbridges, and most of them are just kind of permanently down as people are going back and forth throughout their day. Unless a boat comes up, then they lift it. That's kind of the default for the daytime. So as you're making your way south, across the city. You see lots of homes, some that are beat down and broken, some that are active and full of people. There's various stands selling various cooked foods, usually seafood or something like that, local to the area. And is there anything you stop at on your way to the safe house? Anything you're keeping your eye out for, or anything like that?
Apothecary
Apothecary. Ooh,
slash potion shop slash medicine peoples.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Sebastian was gonna say two things. One, any particular shops of note that might stand out to him, and two, kind of observing, scoping out the vibe of the town or anything that might look suspicious around the town as we're walking by.
I'll need a perception
Also,
check for that one.
curios might be
Perception.
interesting as well.
Okay, okay.
14.
Okay. So as you're walking through the city, you see that there are it's just a normal town that you're used to seeing. But you notice that there's more street performers than usual. Um, I mean, these happen in every city, but like it almost seems like every other block is another street performer, usually doing some sort of music or a little show of sorts, mimes, that sort of thing. Um, it's busking of a sorts, but some people seem to just kind of live off of doing that. Um, let's see. You notice that what the people are wearing are they tend to wear really tall boots that are probably some sort of waterproof leather often. It gets pretty muddy here often. You're just kind of observing since you're from a different area, you're from a totally different continent where things are drier, more woodsy, or deserty, depending on where you're at. And things here are just kind of constantly wet. The buildings have moss on them, there's vines coming down, there's various weeping willows and that sort of plant in the area. It does not feel like home at all. It's a very foreign experience for you. But it's
Lots of
poppin'.
street performers. Is there some special event going? Some festival or something?
You're just kind of wondering this out loud.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Um, you're kind of looking around and seeing if there's posters or anything like that of an event, and it doesn't seem to be. It just seems to be another day, in the city. It just has kind of a jovial vibe at the moment. People hanging out, doing whatever. Lots of drinking.
I guess it's just happy hour.
Essentially, you notice that there's not a lot of work getting done in this area. There's like commerce, but other than that, you don't see much being made. And that could be the nature of just it being a port town where things are imported and sold and exported. And so there's like almost an abundance of variety here. That would be like the most notable takeaway.
And any particular shops or anything that would possibly stand out to someone like Sebastian?
Yeah. So the apothecary was mentioned, and you're also just kind of looking for something that might have some I don't know. Were you thinking like historical knowledge, scrolls, a library, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I guess anything, that might have like information, like something history related, or um, also obviously anything magical would stand out, or even things that might be good for travel.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Hold on. Thank you, Dark PC. I know you're here in game, but thank you.
You're welcome.
So as you guys are walking around, you see various signs on things, and I forgot to mention the name of the cafe you were at. It's called Jalisco Restaurant with an exclamation point. Um, just random, thought I'd tell you. So
Yeah,
you
I just
see,
had some Jalisco the other day.
nice, thanks.
Hmm.
Uh, so there's Certus Curiosities. As you're walking by, oh my god, I forgot Leo's name. I'm sorry. Leo, as you're looking by, you see a building with like a face painted on the side of it with like the emoji where it's like the raised eyebrow and stuff. It's sort of like that, but it's a mime's face on it, and it has that expression to it. And under it is a sign that says Certus Curiosities, and that's spelled Certas.
Hmm.
Across the street, a little bit down, you guys are just kind of browsing as you're walking along to the safe house, looking casual. You know how it is. You notice a big red sign on another building. It's like in block letters. It's very bold and like in your face with white lettering and red around it. It says Terribles. And as you walk closer, you look at the word under it. It says apothecary in small words in small words with like a parentheses around it. So it's just big old sign that says Terribles. And then you walk up to it and it's like apothecary.
That's funny.
I just imagine just someone like yells the terrible, and then just apothecary.
Town crier just like out there selling it. Little kid like, come to Terribles, apothecary. Come to Terribles, apothecary.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's awful. Come here.
I
Terrible
imagine
news.
I imagine like the it's free real estate guy, but he'd be like
Yeah.
Terribles, apothecary.
That's free real estate.
God damn it. That's really good.
No, no, please no.
It all goes back to free real estate.
I'm sure you
No.
can find some.
Shameful display!
Yeah. Anyways, Sebastian seeing the curiosities sign would immediately he'd be like basically like stop in his tracks like mid step, and then
Okay.
back up, and then look at it.
Icarus
just-
will crash into you when you stop because he wasn't expecting you to stop because it was kind of zoned out.
Oh no.
Bunk. Sebastian will just not really like pay attention and just kind of turn to the curiosities shop and start heading for it.
As you're heading for it, an eyeglass like you've seen and used out on the ship pops out from the wall and looks down at you as you're walking in, and it just kind of tracks you.
Sebastian would stop in front of it and just kind of look at it, cock his head, and like look in like the other side.
The thing is probably like 10 feet above you, sticking out from the wall, and you're like standing in front of this building. It pops out right next to the mime's face and is just kind of looking. It's like directly at you, but you wouldn't be able to touch it. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't move. It's just watching you.
Clever. Yeah. Old-timey security camera.
I suppose so.
Very clever.
Do you walk up to it? Or to the door, I mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you step onto the porch, and it's kind of a dilapidated door. The handle is sort of like falling loose, but it's like it'll turn, it'll latch. You turn the knob, and it squeaks. And you open it up, and the scent of incense pours out onto you. It's like a rosy sandalwood kind of smell. And you can hear music being played in the background, presumably from a string instrument of sorts. As you step in the
Feels
building.
nice and cozy already.
Yeah. As you step in the building, you see dolls lining various shelves on the wall. You see kids' toys. You see weaponry and adventure package looking things, but you also see performing items, musical instruments, and various boxes that have question marks on them, all underneath the counter as you walk up to it, sitting behind little bamboo bars. There's no one at at the table, or I mean at the counter. And it's one of those where the counter is to the side and it's like a little cashier station. You can just like walk into the restaurant. As you're walking in, the wood is creaking underneath you, that sort of squeaky sound. And as you're walking through the shelves, are you looking for anything in particular?
Not really. I think that's the whole point of the curiosities part, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As you're wandering, would you mind doing a perception roll for me, please? Or investigation, depending on how, like, how you're shopping, essentially.
May I also do an investigation?
Yeah, anyone
Yeah.
can.
Do an investigation.
Ooh, nice. Okay, okay. As you're walking through the store...
Sebastian,
Oh, go ahead.
Sebastian would definitely be curious about the box with the question mark.
Okay. Sebastian, as you're walking through, you're noticing that there's rows of clothes, there's little things that are lined up, but the thing that's been pulling you aside is the question mark boxes. You walk over to the cashier's counter and you sit down or crouch down, you're like looking at them, trying to figure out what they are. While Sebastian's doing that, Leo, you're kind of digging through stuff. You find some interesting coats. You find what look to be flippers made out of some sort of sandal with like leaves like attached to it. It doesn't look like it would actually work as a flipper, but it looks like something that someone put together with an idea and not really thought it through. As you were going through this stuff, you hear like a rumbling up above from someone getting off of a piece of furniture and running downstairs. A little dwarven man runs down.
Greetings, greetings, welcome to the Certus Curiosities. I see you want a box.
He runs up to you, like literally runs.
Little guy.
Literally runs, like sprints across the room because he's excited that someone wants to see what's in the box. He walks up to you and is like right next to your face. His breath smells like beer. He's got he's got weird, like food stuck in his beard, and his hair's just kind of unkempt. It's kind of long, kind of not.
You want to know what's in the box?
He smiles at you.
Sebastian will just kind of do that little nervous side eye thing, you know. He looks at the box, looks at the person, like, sure.
It'll cost you 15.
He puts out his hands up into the air, as if he's like presenting something.
15
Gold.
He says shortly.
That's rather expensive for a box with a question mark.
Is it now?
He doesn't look
I mean,
shocked. He just kind of like puts his hand together and like looks at you.
It could be. It might be worth a lot. It might be worth nothing, but it's 15 to me.
The box is worth 15?
The thing inside, fool.
Oh god, it's a loot box.
Dude, you just now clicked.
Leo will put 15 gold on the counter.
No, Leo, don't fall for the loot box.
Do it. Do it.
Become
The
a
loot
whale.
box.
Become a whale. Do it.
He looks at
Let's
the
just
gold,
see.
picks up a piece or two and bites it, looks back at Leo,
You're a lucky boy.
and he reaches under the counter, pulls it out, goes, mumbling to himself, "What's in this? I don't even know." And he, he like undoes a latch on the back of it, opens it up, turns it to the side, and dumps it out. A couple of rocks, a feather, and then rotten piece of meat falls out.
That's what you get.
Yeah, that's about fair, honestly.
Um,
I do have a question though.
Sure.
When he was fussing with the box, did he pull some shit?
Run an insight check.
Okay.
Can I attempt to use my ring of invisibility, go invisible, and take the 15 gold that Leo gave them?
That's going to be a sleight of hand and a stealth check. With stealth check will be advantage because of that, but also you're not doing that right in front of him, are you? Are you going to like walk off and then go invisible, or are you going to just do that right in front of his
Yes.
face? Okay.
No, I'm gonna walk away just out of eyesight to go invisible first.
Okay. Leo, I see your roll. I'll take it into account. Do please
Do it.
give me
Don't
stealth
do
with
it. Let
advantage and then
Leo-
also sleight of hand.
Don't
I'm
do
gonna
it.
let
Make
Leo do his
let
thing
him live
first.
with the consequences of his
Okay.
actions.
Okay.
I'm not giving his money back. I'm keeping the 15 gold.
Okay.
Leo won't know that in character.
Yeah. So Leo, as you're like kind of like what is this? You are unable to tell if he did anything. You're pretty sure he didn't. But like just your gut feeling says he didn't, but it's an absurd situation and it frustrates you, but and that may be leading to your troubled insight. But it's hard to tell. It seems like he just opened the box and poured it out.
He opened the box.
Yeah. I have a feeling he pulled some shit, but I cannot confirm that he did, so it's fine.
Okay. All
I
right, nice
mean-
stealth check.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now
I
I
used
also
a
need
small
sleight of
amount
hand.
of money on a random roll, so like it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's
the
fine.
Okay. So Akris, as Leo is kind of like interacting with the little guy, you just walk up behind it, take the gold off the counter. The guy is still holding the one that he bit, or he bit 2 of them, so you only get 13 gold back.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I just need to remember, how long does this invisibility last?
Well, as long as you wear it. Pretty sure.
As an action, anything. Until the ring is removed, you attack, cast a spell, or use a bonus action to become. Okay. Yeah, no, Akris will just stay invisible for the time being.
Okay. The coins
No
vanish
pockets
into
of 13
thin
gold.
air. They're just gone. The man looks frustrated at the pile of things.
I put something good in here, I swear.
Are you...
And it
I'm
was good
sure
meat.
you didn't eat it.
No, because it's right there.
Would
but
you
anyway.
mind-
That's the game. You want to roll
I mean-
another?
This seems like a very poorly thought out game, no offense.
Oh, it's fun for me, not for you.
Can Akris walk again out of eyesight, become visible again, return, and just be like, I told Leo not to pull one of those. Those are usually full of bullshit.
Well, of course, but I figured, hey, might as well try some luck. Maybe I might get lucky and he won't, sniff me because, I am literally a cripple. I've already been unlucky enough in life. Like, come on. But
I didn't
nah,
make
it's
this
fine.
box
It
for you,
doesn't matter.
bucko.
Who'd you make the box for?
Me, Dubby.
I mean, he's got you there.
No, that is a good point. That is a good point. Yeah, and I'm not gonna deny that.
How much longer do we think we're going to be spending in this shop? Because I'm tempted to do something.
uh, I don't know. Like, a small part of me wants to keep interacting with this man, but
I
this
don't
man's
know. Let's
clearly
see.
a
Let's
charlatan.
see.
You know what? I'm just going to
I
burn
wanna
this
see how this
spell
plays
slot. I
out.
want to cast Detect Magic.
All right, let's see how this plays out. This could be
Probably
interesting.
probably for the best to figure out. I'm just convinced this man's just a general charlatan fucking with us.
Probably is. He is a charlatan if he's selling loot boxes.
They're not loot boxes, they're surprise mechanics. Get it right.
Exactly.
Semantics, I tell you, semantics. I cast Detect Magic. I burn the spell slot. What pings around here, if
Okay.
anything?
All right. Yeah, go ahead, cast that.
I already have.
Oh, I just didn't see it pop up.
Oh shoot! I didn't do it that way. I just clicked off the spell slot. I'll do it now.
Oh, okay. It just helps me read it. You don't
There we
have
go.
to, but yeah.
Fucking
I just like having
amazing.
You detect that there is traces of magic in this building. The man himself seems to either have a magic item on him or is a magic caster himself. But primarily what you're getting is vibes from upstairs.
Oh, so all of his good shit is upstairs. Got it.
Oh, that's where he lives.
The point still stands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I thought I was convinced for a minute he had like some sort of fake creature up there, like a pixie or something that he's just fucking
How
with.
many boxes are there?
Sorry? Oh, how many boxes?
are there?
There's 4.
Do
I guess
any
we'll
of those
go-
boxes
we'll
have an
go
aura?
somewhat- Go
No.
ahead, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Do any of the boxes give off any sort of magical like
Nope.
thing?
There's no magic coming from them at all.
Somewhat, Acros will go fairly sarcastically and say, "I'll give you a copper for the rest of the boxes."
That wouldn't be a good deal, buddy.
Buddy.
Well, considering he just ripped off my friend, I'm more likely to believe him than you.
I didn't rip him off, he chose to buy it.
Really?
I don't know.
You know what? Give you a gold
I
for
mean-
them then.
It's 15 each.
Two gold. Again, Acros is literally just going with full sarcasm.
Anyway, would you like a kid's toy? Or like, clothes, something fashionable, a musical instrument? You like to play the strings?
I don't think we're gonna find anything of actual use or note in this place if nobody else is interested.
I have also wanna try something.
Okay.
I'm wondering if it would be possible to stealthily you cast a mage hand and just knock one of the boxes off in hopes that like the box will break open.
Okay. Give me sleight of hand,
Can I
please.
aid in
And
that
stealth.
by some? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying this is going to be sleight of hand and stealth. If you're not wanting him to know, if you do want him to know, then it won't be stealth.
No, I mean I obviously don't want to be just blatantly messing with the dude's shop in front of him. So you know.
Okay.
Just,
Just
wanna
both
kinda
rolls, please.
sneak a mage hand, and then
Okay.
just have the mage hand do it. But you know, not let him know the mage hand is coming from me.
Mm-hmm.
So stealth and sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Okay. I think Acarus was saying
I
something too.
was going
Yeah.
to say if I could help by just seemingly uncontrollably turning into a bull in a china shop.
I mean, if you got that in your list, you could do that.
I mean, I can wild shave. I just want to make it seem like I'm not in control of it. Just
Oh, well, that
to
would
help
be
me
like
help him out.
that would just be up to Acarus's acting skills, I guess. I don't know.
This would be
Performance
like a
check.
collaborative effort here. I like not
Exactly.
like
I'm basically
you
trying to
distract
help him
them. You
by
distract
being a
them by
distraction.
accidentally
Actually,
wild
no.
shaping.
You know what? You know what? Can I, instead of being a bull, can I be a fly that's just flying around his ears being annoying?
Do you do that in front of him? And like you're saying you don't
Um,
want him to like think that you're in control of it?
Pretty much, yes.
So it's gonna be a performance check if you want to like, think of a way to do that. Like, do you like start spazzing out and like rolling around on the ground, or like what are your thoughts there?
Just pretend
Yeah,
just
let's
like
go with
fake
that.
seizure and then just poof
Yes.
fly.
Or like swig something and cause yourself to like foam at the mouth. I don't know.
Yes, pretty much.
All
I
right,
mean,
lay it
it's
out
not
for
likely
me,
to go well
and then
because my
also, sorry.
it's not likely to go well because my performance is -1. But hey, oh, let's go for it.
Yeah, just lay it out for me as far as
Could
what
I
he does, and
wait?
then also do the roll.
Could Sebastian wait to see how that plays out first before trying?
Sure. Okay. Um, how do you display your unwillingness to be a fly?
Um, he will be seen to as if basically gulping something. And he starts foaming at the mouth and spazzing out.
Okay.
Then just all of a sudden, just poofs into nothingness.
And then fly.
And then there's a fly just buzzing around his head, being annoying.
Okay.
Jiminy crickets.
Hold on, I need to make a roll myself. Okay.
Maybe
He
we could
sees this
all
go
like
down.
all pitch in on this. We could like all pitch in on this, and
Guardian is half
then Guardian
participating in this.
Guardian summons a flock of familiars.
No, Guardian is looking at the charade disappointed in her companions.
As you like fall on the ground, start foaming, and this sort of thing, the guy's like,
Whoa, buddy, I'm just playing games here. You don't have to. This isn't meant to trick you. And oh God, not again.
Again? What do you mean? Not again? What do you mean?
This has probably happened like a number of times.
And actually, to add to this, at the same time as this is happening, and Sebastian, like in one hand, is doing the mage hand, at the other hand, he's like pointing and like at the rod meat and be like, "It's the rod meat, isn't it? You did this."
Fucking Christ.
I mean, it's his own fault for literally leaving rotten meat in a box with rocks and a feather. Well, seriously, a feather? Like, what is wrong with you? You obviously did this just to pull some shit. Like, that's obviously the most obvious fucking thing here. You're just trying to screw people out of their money, and that's not okay.
You know what? While he's distracted, Sebastian is just gonna, with the mage hand, just try to knock all of them down.
okay.
Then in his ears.
What is this fucking
As
party?
as a cripple is viciously berating him, like, I can't say all the things that I want to say,
There
but
are
like,
many
it'll go.
expletives deleted.
I can imagine them. I'm just trying to catch my breath because I'm like in tears. It's fucking funny.
This fucking party, I swear to Christ.
We can be serious sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's not
Oh,
one of
God.
those times. It's back to the game session.
Like,
It's
we've been
going
through
to
some
happen
shit.
for
We've been through
that.
some shit. We deserve to have a moment of
Exactly.
fun, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not judging. It's just like, what the fuck?
Sorry. Sebastian, your rolls are successful enough, so you don't get stealth very well, but because of how chaotic it is, the man is absolutely distracted. He's upset. People are yelling at Damn it. Um. Alright, I'm good. Okay. So people are yelling at him. He's upset. You do the sleight of hand really skillfully. You knock all of them off. As you do so, one tumbles over and opens up, and rats start.
Fucking rats?
Just to add to this whole thing, now you got rats running around.
Yes, it's like one
You'd be
opens
like,
up
what
and
kind
there's
of
just rats
business is
scurrying
this? You
around.
have rats in here too. You should be shut down. This is a health violation.
As he's stammering to himself, he's like, "I don't sell food." Like, one of them opens up, and a literal, actual gold bar falls out. And then on another one, a nice pair of gloves falls out.
He's like, see, I was trying to, like, it's a gamble. There's good things in here. I'm not a swindler. See, there's a gold bar.
And the flies are all up in his ears, and he's like,
What the fuck is going on with this damn fly?
and
Well, if you didn't have rotten meat in here, you wouldn't have flies.
That's a good
You
point.
want
It's
ants?
supposed to
'Cause
be a joke.
that's how you get ants.
Look, I take it out. I throw it away once it gets too bad. It's a sealed box. Don't worry about it. And
then like Leo's like laying into him, like,
I'm sorry. I run a curiosity shop. You came in here for curiosities. That's what it is.
How hard would it be for the while Leo is berating the man, for the fly to land on the gold bar and for it to disappear?
how the fuck is a fly gonna hold a gold bar?
Very carefully.
It's like a literal actual gold bar. There's no way a fly is gonna lift up a gold bar.
Imagine like Leo goes down and picks it up and is like as he's like berating the guy, he's like shaking the gold bar in his face, berating him.
Leo, do you do that to him?
Continue berating him? Sure.
No, but like Sebastian was talking about how he went and like grabbed the gold bar and like held it to his face or something. I don't know, but anyway.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure. If that's the case, since there's a gold bar and, a nice pair of gloves, Leo will be considerate and just be like, since, we've ruined your prize game, what do you say? From those two prizes, I'll give you 20 gold. How about that?
A gold bar is not worth 20 gold. The gamble was you either got the gold for 15 or you didn't. You ever been to a casino? Damn.
Damn.
What's a casino?
It's where you go and do exactly this. You put money on the table, you play a card game or something like that, and if you win, you get hecka, and if you don't, you get not. That's gambling, buddy.
Oh God!
Are
you-
I've just thought of the me that slot
I'm not
machine.
your buddy,
meme.
guy.
Are you new in town?
Country bumpkin.
Nobody buys from Serta's Curiosities unless they want to get fucked with. That's what it is. Everybody knows that. This is all part of the game.
Well, fine. Can I at least get the pair of gloves?
Sure.
He like drops his shoulders, gets the gloves, and like holds them up to your hand.
These don't fit. Let me get you one that fits. I see you only have one hand. Do you want
Okay,
like a
I
hat or
appreciate that.
something?
Huh?
Oh my god.
You can have the
I
other
am
glove,
cutting
but
out so much.
Oh,
Oh no, they're not for me.
oh, okay. Yeah, you can have both.
Okay, cool. Take some. Uh,
God,
May I have my
temptation.
gold bar
Yeah,
back
if
now?
any of-
Cause
huh?
The temptation to
yeah.
do something.
This man's spent her enough, guys. Come on.
I'm confused. What were you trying to say?
Oh, I was gonna tell Sebastian, go ahead, give him his gold bar back. It's done. Joke's over now.
I think Sebastian would like almost forget that he has the gold bar for a second, then just look at his hand and be like, "Oh, yeah, here."
He grabs it, looks at you all.
I'm sorry it was a bad experience. I try and give people joy through my weird store, but yeah, not many people buy that one.
I think it would be a better idea to, instead of just like, making everything junk, or, something ridiculously priced gestures to the gold bar, you put something like reasonable and you reasonably gauge a price. Like, if you got a pair of gloves in there, you put it in and it's 5 gold instead of, 15 gold for a pair of gloves that, may or may not be of use to anybody.
But I
I'm
like
just
getting
saying,
upset.
like, it would be a.
That's my whole thing.
But that doesn't bring joy to people. That brings joy to you. And you want
He-
the customer to be happy rather than, shit and, want to come back and possibly murder you.
Do you mind rolling a persuasion check, please?
Oh, goody. This will be great.
Sebastian would
Plus
kind of
0,
interject in.
everybody.
Sebastian would kind of interject in with like not that any of us would do that.
4.
like, well-
whole full.
Well, I've lived in this town my whole life. Everybody seems to like that. Like I said, most know not to buy it. Most just go buy a toy for their kid or whatever. But, live and learn, I guess. If you want to experience a casino, I have a friend across town that has a really fun casino. There's babes, there's alcohol, there's music. It's on the river. It's so good. Fun time. You can get lots of money there or all your money taken. Up to you. Well, not up to you, but, you walk in there and you do it, and it's gambling. It's a good time.
I'll
How much
think
have you had
about
to
it.
drink tonight?
At least 4.
It's
Of
not even.
course.
It's not even the
It's like-
evening. It's like what?
It's like at
It's
maybe
barely
noon.
noon.
Yeah, it's barely noon.
I feel like this man has some sort of interaction with the Fae or something, because this man is just fucking everywhere.
Hmm.
Interesting
Yeah,
line of
Sebastian
thought.
Sebastian would just go, yeah.
Anyway, thanks for dropping by, sir. Just curiosities.
And he salutes you guys.
Yeah.
Yep. See ya.
It was an experience.
That was something.
Always happy to
Yeah.
provide.
As you guys walk out, he's waving at you, holding his gold bar with like a questioning look on his face.
I now have
I think-
even after we're outside, Leo just looks just at whoever's nearby. I feel even less incentive to try gambling after that experience.
There's just a fly around you guys.
I think that was worth the time. What about you?
I don't disagree. It was an interesting time at the very least. Leo's gonna swat the fly. Also, where's Acris? What?
Do you actually hit Icarus with that?
I don't know. What's the AC on a fly?
Not very high.
10
10.
to hit. And it's
Hold
1
on.
damage.
I'm looking. Well, what? Damn it!
Icarus is down.
If it hits.
God damn it. A downed Icarus?
You found a thing, and the upper class of a black fly is 10.
Oh god.
So you just see Icarus crash and
and,
burn coming out of fly form.
Yeah, I assume you pop
Was
out of
that
fly form,
really
right?
necessary?
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, that was you?
Yes,
I'm
that was
sorry. I didn't realize. I'm sorry. He like holds out a hand.
You know the best part
I can get up.
is not only is the AC 10, the hit point
Is one.
Is
1.
one.
I know.
That's why he crashes and burns.
You
Coming out
literally
of a
would
fly
that
form.
would down. That would down him.
As soon as you hit the ground, you just pop into Icarus form. Like, what the?
Yes, pretty much. He crashes and burns.
Literally, you just see him like a trail of smoke as he goes to the ground, and like a little explosion, and then poof, Icarus.
Someone walking by, like, kind of jumps to the side when it happens. They look at you all like, and they like hold their kid closer. And they're like shielding the kid's eyes. Like, don't look at that kid,
Oh
sweetie. Don't look at the weird
We're-
people.
no!
I knew
We're
it
gonna
was
become
coming.
we're gonna become those people of this town.
Well, there's plenty of weird folks around, so like it's not that weird. But like, although that
weird
is
enough.
weird.
Just
Someone
weird
just
people
poofing
that
out of
you
nowhere
are-
on the ground. That's weird. For
Sebastian
sure.
just like pointing at them. I don't know them.
Yeah, Guardian is disassociating from them.
Just like staring off into the distance.
I'm not here. What do you mean?
So on the way to the safe house, anything else you want to do?
Oh yeah, you wanted to check out that apothecary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably a smart idea.
I mean, it's. I know apothecaries usually carry the, like, potions and whatnot, so that's why I want to check them out.
Something useful.
If nothing
Hopefully
else,
hopefully no mystery boxes there.
we can only hope. If worst case scenario, I mean, we can always buy the ingredients to make a potion. I just don't know what those ingredients are or how to make them.
I could not quite tell you either.
Normally it's done with an herbalism kit, and it's half the price of whatever potion you're trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the only ones that get herbalism kits are druids and hermits.
And guess what you have in the party?
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey,
Cool.
Accurate. Do you know
We're
how to
saved.
use herbs?
Probably. Why?
Do you know how to use 11 herbs and spices?
Well, I was thinking if the apothecary doesn't have, actual potions, if we can pick them up, we can grab some ingredients for them, and you can, at least make a handful of healing potions over some time. If that's okay.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. I'll we'll have to take that into consideration then. That should be fine, I think.
Herbs.
So I'm guessing you guys walk towards Terribles?
Yes.
Okay.
I walk in and say, "Well, how terrible is it?"
An elvish an elvish woman looks up from the counter and at the door. Oh, often quite terrible. Welcome. But I say that in jest, in sarcasm. We actually have good stuff.
Good to know. No no mystery boxes, right?
Oh God, you just went to the dwarf shop, didn't you?
Maybe.
Yeah, we did.
Icarus is now just flipping a gold coin, just nonchalantly.
Nice. She looks at you all. Well, I hope it was at least fun. She says with like concern in her voice.
It wasn't a terrible experience.
She kind of laughs.
I mean, I
yeah.
thought it was fun.
Well, good. He's my neighbor after all. Anyway, welcome to my shop. I have various things for you. If you want things that are cleansing and purifying, and if you have dry hands, I have aloe vera for you too. Been working on some lotions too. Any questions?
I mean, I've got a few. I don't know about anybody else. Does anybody else have questions? I'll save mine for later if somebody else
No,
has them.
go ahead, Leon. This seems to be
Uh,
wanting to speak.
well, there's
Do you have anything? Do you have anything to grow our friend an arm?
Well, that would be cool. I don't think I do though. I've never heard of that. But if you want to walk through,
It's okay. I'm playing with you.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's our little visit to your neighbor. Just got me
Got you
stuck in the
feeling.
jesting spirit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I get that sometimes when people come through and they'll be all like, "Whoa, that was intense, man," and like, yeah. Anyway, this is what I have. It's a small shop, but like, I can always make stuff if there's not enough, and it may take me a while, but my grandma showed me how to do it really well, and I'm doing my best, and it's good stuff. I promise. Even though the name is dumb, that's my dad's name. I don't know, but yeah. Thank you for
Sebastian will
coming
just kind
in.
of like Sebastian will kind of just like rest his hand on there. And you're doing fine.
Okay. Thank you. But anyway, and she starts showing you around, and this is what she has on hand. It's a relatively small store. As you're browsing the shelves, there is the little counter where she's at. There's like a chair behind it. It looks like she just kind of sits there and reads most of the day, unless she's in the back. There seems to be a kitchen with like funky things going on back there, but you're not able to get back to that section. But all along the walls are various shelves with these things. There's tons of the salves and pastes. There's a lot of that. And then there's like a few select areas, literal tables with these other things put on it. And then anything second and third level is behind a, in like a bird cage on the counter where she's at.
Sebastian will look at the calming salve and back at the shopkeep. And I know they say don't get high on your own supply, but have you thought about trying any of this?
My grandma says that I shouldn't do that because I'll become an addict. But it does seem like a good idea, probably.
Is this the stuff's
In
addictive,
moderation.
then?
In moderation, you don't, as your grandma said, you don't want to become addicted, but
Yeah.
Moderation is key.
I'm sorry, tall lady. What did you say?
Are you saying this stuff's addictive then?
N- Um, not like alcohol, but it can be. I guess it's made from a plant, and like some people smoke it, but I just make it into this, and it like helps with your joints and stuff.
Hmm. Okay.
I've tried it once, and she kind of like says that whispering. She's like, I tried it once. I got a little calmer. It was cool.
Hmm. I see then. Well, it's certainly an interesting shop. It's a lot more welcoming than someone coming up and asking to effectively gamble your money away.
Oh no, you did that. Oh no. Oh, I did that once when I was like a lot younger, and I cried. Um, but yeah, my friends like to go to there sometimes just to hang out with him. But anyway, yeah.
Well, kind of look to the others and it's like, was there anything in particular that catches your interest?
Oh, please take your time. We also have nice chairs for you to sit on if you want to like hang out and read a book. I sometimes just read a book in here. Uh, it's pretty quiet in here usually. But also, I have tea if you want tea. Um, and there's also like mirrors if you want to like check out the potions in the mirror. I don't know how that would be useful, but my dad set it up and he was like, that's good business." So I just kept it.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
How much for the anti-venom?
Anti-venom. Oh, that one will be 10 gold pieces a vial.
Okay. Mm, I guess Sebastian would look to everyone else and think, we should get some of these. How many do you think? If so.
I mean, as many as we can get our hands on, in my personal opinion. At least a couple of the minor anti-venoms, at least a couple of the antidotes. Um, the lesser healing potions, as many of those as we can get our grubby little hands on, in my personal opinion. And the strength and dex enhancements. I'm not sure what about those, but like, I mean, I wouldn't say no to them. Um,
Picks up
oh,
the increased strength. So is this like steroids?
No, no, I don't think so. Um, it's imbued with a plant that I was told makes people stronger, and it seems to work. And a lot of hunters buy it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
As
I'm
you're looking,
certainly interested in that.
as you're looking at these potions, you'll notice that they all have this hand-drawn logo on them, and it's the same logo that you saw on the building itself. But there's a little man with a mustache on the bottle itself, and he's holding like a big old flask, and grinning.
um, just out of curiosity, about how many of the first levels do you have?
Oh, so what's on the shelves is what's available, but I also have a small store in the back. I'd say there's about 10 to 20 per at a time. It depends on how busy it is, how much people are buying, and how much I can make. But yeah.
Just to check, how much for the lesser healing potions?
Oh, that's also 10.
Okay. I'll take your entire stock of lesser healing potions.
Oh my gosh. Do you think I could keep at least 3? That would really be helpful.
I'll
I
tell
can
you
make
what,
more
you
for
can
you.
keep 5.
But
You can keep 5 so that way you have a little bit of a buffer, if that helps.
okay. That'd be very helpful because I don't like it when customers get mad at me, and it's nice when they can come in and buy something. So just let me know how many you want of everything, and I'll gather it all up to you. Do you like a basket, or would you prefer? Um, I have this canvas bag.
Yeah, that would be helpful significantly. I'll pay you for the bag too, if that helps at all.
Okay.
What are noxious fumes out of curiosity?
Oh, I think it makes people goes like pass out because it's gross.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not that terrible, actually.
How much for one of them?
The noxious fumes.
Yeah.
Oh, those are 30.
Hmm. How much for
Alright.
the antidote?
Same thing, 30.
Okay, okay.
I think I'll take for myself. Say 1 noxious fumes and 2 increased strength. So I can give you, what is that, 50?
Yeah, please just like write it down in a list, and like I'll sort it out for y'all guys. As far as like how much of what you want of each thing, and then I'll add up the price and stuff. If you don't mind, just like sending it in chat. Also, this is what noxious fumes does.
Out of curiosity, what do the fortifying and hardening salves do?
Well, I'm told they make you better at doing things. I'm not really sure, but yeah.
Okay.
I just make the stuff that my family told me to make, and they said that it sells well. So, unfortunately, I'm not very good at like determining those things. Because I don't really leave the building much.
How
It's,
much
So
is the
always.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna just say that always helps to, uh, you know, learn up and get a little product knowledge.
oh, I try, but people don't buy that one honestly. So,
Yeah, having some extra product knowledge could help you sell it.
probably. All right, so I have some actual concrete words for you. This is what hardening salve does.
Oh, okay, cool. Neat.
So it's like not necessarily anything that you might want to do, but maybe if you're like trying to accomplish a specific thing, I'm sure purifying just makes things that are not, like say if it's food or drink, like it can become not rotten anymore, that sort of thing.
So you could, in theory, if we did have some sort of vehicle made of wood, we could use a hardening salve to reinforce it.
Potentially,
That
yeah.
would take a lot of heat. That would take a lot of salve.
Yeah.
I won't say that I hate that idea. I will not, because I love that idea. But the amount of time, effort, and material is going to take like a while. But we should 100% do that later.
How much? How much is the dexterity enhancement?
Let's see. That'd be 10 each.
How many are there?
Everything is 15. As far as her stock goes. Like she was like unsure on it, but there's 15 of everything.
Okay.
You know, I'd like to imagine now that the increased strength potions are actually just cans of spinach.
Yeah. I love that. So
Amazing.
also they're like a lot of these, especially the cells, don't really do much unless they specifically have a thing that I'm writing down here. Um, but yeah. Like sticky paste, that's glue. It's not like anything intense, but it's, you know, it's there. We can totally have the the increased strength being just a can of spinach.
I see we're going. The Popeyes are out.
Oh, speaking of, I was gonna mention earlier, found another spell,
Oh,
Dark Vision. Guess what the components are for that?
Carrots.
it's carrots,
Yes.
isn't it? Oh my
I
god.
fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
Well, specifically a pinch of dried carrot. But yes, carrot.
Mm.
I love that.
Um,
That would be 20. This would be.
Akaris will ask, do you sell the ingredients to make these potions? Or
Oh,
at least the healing ones?
um, y- I'm not supposed to because they're like family secrets, you know? Um, but I could probably get you some of the healing potion stuff too, if you pay me directly.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Okay. Just don't tell my
Atal?
mom
Who is
or my
Atal?
dad. A tall? Tall who?
Who's tall? Guardian's tall.
Uh-huh. There's your amount there, Leo. So that'd be 200 gold for you.
Alrighty.
Leo just dropping big bucks out here.
Hey,
Big
I
flex.
don't care if they're lesser or a greater. Healing potion is a healing potion, okay? And they're 10 each. You damn skippy on buying those.
Yeah.
That is fair. I probably should get some myself too, but
I just
Eh.
bought 10. I'm not buying them all for myself.
Okay. So for
I
Oh,
did
so
Akaris,
figure
Akaris
that.
is
5
getting
dice.
the ingredients for 5, and that way he knows what are the ingredients
Okay.
for sure.
Ooh.
One shot, right? Doing math. I hate math.
That's all D&D is, though, is math.
I know. That's all I do is math, really. Like, as a car enthusiast and shit, there's so much math. Okay.
Pain and suffering.
You can't
Mhm.
say anything because satisfactory is nothing but math.
Emotional damage.
Fucking worst subject in the entire. My absolute worst subject in high school. I do everything I love involves it. It's fucking awful.
Right? I was even like a machinist doing trigonometry for a job. Like, I was like,
Ew.
the fuck?
Trigonometry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but what's
I
worse,
didn't-
trigonometry or calculus?
Calculus. Oh my god.
I
hate
had
calculus.
I had to take 3 years of calculus.
Calculus.
How
Yeah.
are you not dead?
Jesus fuck.
I
I
don't
could
know.
never. I took like 2 classes in calculus. That's it.
Oh well, actually, I take that back. 3 semesters. of calculus, but still.
That's still not good.
I took a calculus 1, a calculus 2, a calculus 3, something called differential equations, something called linear algebra, uh, and something called discrete math.
Is it
Yeah.
just math you do while you're whispering? Just like, hey,
No, it's kind of weird because it's not really math. It's like logic, if that makes sense.
I'm gonna
Like,
nod my head and say it does.
logic presented in a mathematical way. It
Do I
doesn't, yeah,
even want to ask?
That's it. But math
Probably
is
no.
logical, so what does that even mean?
yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay, that leads me to a YouTube video now.
Yeah, it's not worth. Not worth. But for some reason, you
That
have to
leads me
take it.
to this YouTube video I'm about to put in the chat.
Yeah, for some reason, though, it's required if you want to study anything with computer science. So, yeah.
It,
I had to take a lot of math. I also had to take 3 semesters of physics.
Okay, physics isn't horrible. It's organic chemistry is where it all goes to hell in a breadbasket because then you don't know how the fuck you've made a rock.
I did have to take that too.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Acros will happily pay the 100 gold.
Okay.
Getting back to the game.
Yeah, it's all good. So regarding the healing potions ingredients, I've been looking it up and I cannot find any proper ingredients list. It's all just like, it costs this much money. And it's, yeah, it's weird. And like, I personally don't want to do that. I always thought there was like an actual ingredient.
Oh my God, you made it.
Oh my god.
No, it's a series of videos now. Hold on, I'm just gonna drop them all at once
Okay.
as replies to the original message.
Is this just gonna like escalate to like really random, complicated math?
I mean, yes.
Oh my god. God. I see the E
does.
equals MC squared, and I see the Fibonacci sequence. Like, oh, okay. Yeah.
No, just watch the first one before you watch the others.
Okay, so in regards to your answer about the crafting supplies for the potions, she will be able to provide you them, but I'm actually going to come up with a list for a few recipes because crafting's been discussed quite a few times in this episode. So I would say I'll come up with some stuff regarding spells, some things regarding because I've not considered crafting because it's never been brought up, and so I just want to create a
I
balance.
mean,
that
to
works.
be fair, crafting is just one of those D&D mechanics people don't really talk about.
Exactly.
'cause-
Like I've been playing it since I was in high school and like nobody fucking talks about crafting shit, but I've always found it quite interesting and like it should be more of a thing in this game.
It
It
should,
just-
but nobody ever bothers with it.
Well, I
Yeah.
think it's also because it never is brought up as an option. Because especially when a lot of new people are involved, obviously you tell them, oh, you do whatever the hell you want. No one's going to immediately think, I'm playing a game involving math. I know I'm going to knit me a sweater.
Yeah, though I get that. But also it's like the game environment and the stories that you're on and all of that lends to things like crafting and being like, well, I'm out on this adventure. I need to make sure I can accomplish my adventure. Therefore, sometimes I need to make my own shit. So it's like, I don't know why it's not a larger conversation in general. So everything I find on crafting, it's like 50 gold pieces or whatever to like buy the materials. And that's all the fucking handbook says. And it's like, really? So I want to like dive into this deeper, but we can't in this session right now. Sorry, you were about to say something, Con. What was it? Oh, I thought you were about to say something. That's all.
No.
So, okay. So I'll say Akris does indeed buy ingredients from her, and it's gonna be a nondescript amount of things, and I'll come back with you of what they are, but it will cost you 100 GP. And it's stuff that will set you up for making healing potions in the long run. So it's not like it's it is worth it, essentially. Trying to say it's a good deal. And then I'll come up with something
Yes,
for that.
Akris will pay the 100 gold.
Okay. So, from each Akris and Dark, it's 200 gold to her. Does anyone else want to buy anything here?
I think I already got the.
Oh, I didn't see your. I didn't add
upgrade
yours
for-
up. My bad.
Oh yeah, well it was 50, right? Because the 2 was 10,
Eh,
and then the
yes. Yes.
thing was 30.
Where was
So
Noxious?
I already took the 50 out of my.
Okay.
fingertip.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah, Noxious is 30,
Just
and
need-
then increased strength is.
Yeah,
let's see,
just need
50
the-
total.
Actual items added.
Totally. Okay. I'll do that after. I'm not gonna do homekeeping while we're here, but that's also another useful thing of having it in written form. So it's just easy for me to do that after the fact. Unless of course it's relevant, then we'll put it in. Okay. Anything? She looks around after doing all these exchanges, and she goes into the back for a while, and comes out kind of like looking over her shoulder. None of her family are in the shop, but she kind of gestures for Akros to come over, and she's at the
Alright.
at the counter. She says, "Okay, so you can't tell anyone that I sold this to you. Please, I don't want to get in trouble. But basically, this kit will allow you to make healing potions as long as you have the ingredients. It has a list. There's a couple cups and jars and things that I use to heat up, and there's instructions on how to use that and in what order. So it won't make a ton, but you'll be able to have some whenever you do find the ingredients."
He nods in like knowing understanding.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for being my customer and helping out Terribles. I appreciate it.
It's at this point that Akris gives her the 100 gold.
Thank you. And she just puts it in her pocket like really quickly, and like looks around again. She's like a nervous wreck in general. She's like, "Okay, thank you. Appreciate your business."
He will walk out from where he went into like the hidden corner
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is.
Okay. And then she gets louder and pipes up to everyone. "Thank you all for visiting Terribles. I appreciate you coming in. If you ever need any more apothecary supplies, do please come back. And if you have a large order, always helpful to reach out to me as early as possible so I can make sure you have what you need."
Sebastian will go up again, just like put it on the shoulder. You're doing great.
"Thank you. It's like my first week running the shop on my own, so I'm nervous. Sorry."
Oh no, you're doing just fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Take care.
You're doing great, sweetie. As he like walks out the door with
She
his
wave.
with his
Go ahead.
bag of stuff.
Yeah, as you all are leaving, she's waving at you at the party and as you guys leave. And yeah, that was Terribles.
Everyone add 2 lesser healing potions to your inventories.
Yay.
Yay.
There's a reason why I bought 10, because there's 5 of us.
Heck yeah.
Hey, Terribles is not so terrible.
Terrible.
Indeed.
This is great. I like this place. Just gotta change my number there. Bam, done. Okay. Now I don't have to worry about that.
Meg, don't worry about it. I'll handle it. I got you.
Okay.
See, there's base and then there's terrible, and that wasn't terrible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do you guys do now? You're back out on the street. Some time has gone by. It's just a typical afternoon in the town.
I guess we go to the safe house if we're, semi-prepped.
Okay.
Aye, aye, prepped and ready, Captain.
Uh, uh, one second. I'm getting a healing potion for our friend here.
Getting all the healing potions.
Yes, yes. Does anyone need a healing potion that hasn't gotten one?
Did I get one? No.
Okay, I'll get you one. Got it up anyway. Anybody
I'll
else?
take
need
a
one?
healing potion. I'll take
Okay.
one.
I got you.
Oh, thank you.
E. Where is your character? There she is.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I
dun.
haven't added any of the stuff yet because I don't know where to find it.
Yeah, if after the session, if not everything's there, then I mean, this one's easy and on top, but I'll make sure everyone's sorted and that it's there. Okay. So you guys spend some time working your way downtown, making a way, and you, after your very contrasting experiences at the shops, y'all are just kind of absorbing in the vibes of this town, and there's various smells of foods, people shopping, and you're noticing as you're getting more south that the town's actually getting a little nicer. It looks a bit more presentable, looks a bit more touristy even. Things are a bit cleaner, the buildings look newer and nicer. But this alleyway that you're walking down continues to be relatively dilapidated. It's on the outskirts of town, and you're now in an area called South Market. People come from all over the world. There's shops from that feature items from wherever on Zoshelgoth, various continents. They all come through here and run little shops and businesses, especially in this part of town. There are homes here too. And as you make your way down the alleyway where the safe house is, you realize that a lot of the buildings here are just houses at this point, and you're no longer in a business area. It's just people living. The street's a lot quieter. There's less people running around and moving, unless they're having a family activity. The safe house itself is a normal-looking building, stonework foundation and lower wall, taken over by a wooden structure upward. It's a modest single-story building, not even a window, just a door slightly mossy and rotted. The building leans a bit, as if it's grown tired from being cramped in this spot for decades, possibly much longer. It looks more like a storage shed than a home, but nonetheless it stands among other similar enough buildings to not stand out in any particular fashion. Do you guys approach it? Do you look around? Do you take perception checks, or you just do your thing?
Leo's gonna sniff around a little bit.
Okay.
Just give it a good whiff.
Yeah, he's doing all of the things that people would that he's hunting now is essentially what he's doing.
He's in hunting
He's
mode. I get
looking. Yeah, he's doing his hunting thing.
that. Okay, so do you walk up and down the alley? Do you look at other buildings? Do you try and walk around to the back of this building? What do you do?
He's gonna walk around the building, check out the alley, look for, the things that may or may not stand out, check, the sense of the area.
Okay.
See if there's anything that,
I actually would
smells
like both.
off.
Yeah, I'd like both perception and investigation from you, Leo, since you're taking this much of a intense look at it before going in.
Ah, come on. Well, investigation should natural 20
Nice. Okay. Heck yeah.
for
Congrats.
22.
I think that's our only natural 20s in this game so far. Or session.
My curious overview probably didn't reveal much, but my thorough investigation probably did.
Exactly. So you're kind of focused in on this building itself. You're like, all right, I'm in mission mode. I'm not totally paying attention to what's around me. But you manage to walk around the block, attempting to find your way towards where the building is. The building is crammed right next to other ones, so you can't like squeeze in between it or get around. So you try and walk around the block as the rest of the party is waiting. And there's other buildings kind of right next to it, but you can kind of see past one and over a fence. And as you're looking in, all you can see is like overgrown weeds and like boat parts and cart parts just kind of broken and strewn about in what looks to be a little backyard. You can visually see it, you can't like touch it, you're kind of far from it, but that's what you see. And you also notice that there is a window on the back of the building.
Okay.
It is closed. It's a typical like wooden or just fully open to the air style window that you are familiar with.
Yeah, a wooden shutter. Got it.
Yeah. Yep.
He'll go back to the party. So the area around doesn't seem too notable of anything like crazy or whatever. It's a mess in the backyard. I mean, I could probably sneak in there pretty easily, but like, I don't recommend it because there's just like, it looks like a junkyard back there. That's the best way I can describe it. There's like weeds and boat parts all over the place.
Reminder that you do have a key to the place.
Hi, sorry about that. I'm back now.
Oh, you're good. Wasn't sure if you could hear.
No, I missed it. Sorry.
Okay, so I was just saying, so after what you said, I was stating that, what did I say? God damn it, I forgot. Oh, other than that, you have a key for it? I guess that's all I said.
I mean, we can do this as a front and back thing, or we can all just, go to the front door and walk right in. Which do you guys want to do?
I mean, if they've given us a key, why not make full use of it?
Fair, I guess. Just a second. I'm gonna go and inspect the door a little bit, see if there's like anything weird about the door.
All right. Go ahead and run a investigation.
I'm looking for traps.
No, I got you. I know.
Natural one. It's totally not trapped, everybody.
The
We're
thing
good,
in front of
Uchi.
you might be a door. It might also be a plank of wood. It's hard to tell.
It is a wall.
Can I check if it's a door?
Sure.
Remind me, what's the roll again?
Oh, investigation.
Man,
He's just
who
looking
makes
for
an-
traps.
Man, who makes a whole building with no doors? This seems very inconvenient.
Ayo,
Holy shit.
20. You are certain there are no traps, Akris?
Is it a door?
Oh yeah, it's a door. Sorry. It's definitely a door.
Icarus will open the door.
With the key, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. So Akris grabs a key and he opens it up. Immediately inside is a small kitchen living room combo with seating and a stove common to the area. Next to a roughly padded couch on the left side of the building is a door that leads to a bedroom that takes up the rear half of the building. It doesn't look like it's been ransacked. It looks normal.
Leo's gonna look around. Also, he's gonna summon Basker for, sniffing.
Okay. More investigations, please. And do declare what you're looking for and or at.
I say, I do,
I do declare.
I do.
Leo is looking for anything that is out of place or something that looks like it may have been moved, or all the things that like you wouldn't normally look for, like looking for like looking under the couch, or looking under a rug. Oh man, I miss a rug. Anyways,
I was thinking of him too when you said that.
A rug.
eh,
Wonder what a rug is
yeah,
up to.
Who knows?
like looking for like all the stuff that like shouldn't quote unquote be there.
Okay.
Looking for all the small things.
Eh,
Wah,
Uh,
wah.
Also, as you're looking around, it looks like a typical kitchen. There's not anything really out of place other than something that you notice when you're over looking at the kitchen. It looks like there's rotten soup on a pot on top of the oven. There is, when you look into the side of the oven where the wood normally goes to like get it going and get coals going, it looks untouched, as if the wood just burnt out and was never like stoked into nice embers. That would be the most notable thing you find in your initial inspection.
Well, that's certainly odd.
Someone left in a hurry, is what it's telling you.
I will point that out to everybody.
Once Leo points that out, can I try and see if I can find like any traces of like where they might have gone?
Sure. Do you wander through the whole house? Like, do you go into the other room?
Yes.
Okay. So, when you go into the bedroom, the single window that Leo saw is there. It's currently closed. If you go and open it up, same thing that Leo saw, just overgrown weeds, broken boats, cart parts, that sort of thing. The bedroom has a large bed, like really large. It's like long, basically, and a simple cabinet full of clothes. They're folded. Nothing looks like it's been rummaged through or destroyed. The lock on the front door operated normally when you first entered into the house. There doesn't really seem to be anything odd. There is a hanger on the wall in the bedroom that has the outline of a very large sword, and it looks like the sword normally lives there, but it's currently gone.
Mm-hmm. So there
Oh.
doesn't seem to be like.
Investigation check for the bedroom, please, if you don't mind. And do you like look under the bed? Do you start ransacking it yourself, essentially?
Pretty much.
Okay. So as you're doing that, you discover under the bed itself, Oh, no worries, Con. We're ending soon anyway. But yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, and good luck at work.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Later, bud.
As you're looking through the building, and you start rummaging through the mattress and like kind of flipping it off after flipping it off, pulling it off the bed frame and like looking under it, you notice there's some boxes underneath the bed. You get down and start pulling open the boxes. There's some gold in one. There's what look to be either family heirlooms or just personal curiosities and stuff. In one that was under the bed in the far corner, there looks to be a bunch of receipts. They're on parchment, and they look like something that Leo could read.
Oh.
Okay.
Leo, I assume Akris, you show it to him and you start digging through it.
Yeah.
Leo,
Yeah.
it's all in Thieves' Cant. Do you take the time to like translate them, or at least a few?
Yeah, like he'll give it a shot.
Okay.
We'll try like the first three and see if like there's a pattern.
Okay. So what you're discovering is essentially their contracts for Turtle's dealings with various people, organizations. It's mostly like tracking an illicit good or a contract for an assassination or something like that. It's interesting that someone would keep these as paper documents, but he probably figures he can do it if he does it in Thieves' Cant and not really hurt anything. Oh, after all, this man is someone who works with his clan members to, provide a service. And so, in a way, he's a bit of a record keeper for them. The most recent entry has him dealing with someone who is dealing in weapons and crystalline objects.
Sebastian.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah. Take a look at this. As he presents a page that has been translated in his notebook from the paper that he is looking at.
Okay.
He's like,
Uh.
this says this, as he like explains it to Sebastian.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Sebastian was distracted.
Oh, no worries. So the synopsis of it is like the final thing that made him call out to you is one of the receipts, is very recent, was talking about weapon shipments and also seeking crystalline objects of any and all sorts.
Hmm.
Yeah. Is there any other information, or is there is there a name? Is there a location? Anything of that note?
There seems to be an indication on the paper that the goods that it seems like while Turtle never really like deals in things directly usually, there does seem to be indication that it may be stored in the woods in a safe place. Or that he was supposed to meet someone there. The Thieves' Cant is kind of blurry and difficult to translate. It's a little different of a dialect than you're used to.
Man,
So
these
it's
catchphrases of his are weird, troublesome to get through.
so
Best I can tell you,
is Turtle is
Turtle
looking.
is investigating the cult. Probably not on purpose.
Or
But
potentially
he ran
dealing with
into it.
them. I would also say that there may be an intention that he may be dealing with someone who is dealing with the cult, or it is the cult directly. Somehow there is likely some evidence that this is cult related.
So, like a client of his or something is
Yeah.
looking for crystals. These crystals.
Essentially, and they needed to go talk in a safe place in the woods, is what it says.
Out of curiosity, there's something I want to try. Can Basker get a whiff of like this guy's laundry and like
Sure.
see if he can like memorize the scent? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
the
got
whole
you.
bloodhound trick.
Why not?
Here, smell this guy's drawers.
Yeah, so Basker goes around and you're just showing him various things, including like the food, the shoes, the clothes, the bits of weaponry and armor that you're finding, like just anything, as blankets, anything. And Basker is soaking it all in his little
Yeah,
doggy
getting a
brain.
feel. Yeah, getting a feel for that guy's smelly smell.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. If that's the case, I mean, now we have a couple of choices. We can go check out. We're gonna have to go check out the woods anyway. God, what is with these cultists in woods? I swear to God. You would think nature would vehemently reject these guys, but no, apparently not. Anyway,
Nature is
a,
indifferent.
a fickle mistress, I call her.
I would say from your conversation with the couple at the restaurant, you could gather that the note is indicating that he went to go talk to someone at his cabin.
Um, we got a couple I mean, from what I understand from this, he's probably his last probable note location was probably his cabin, from what I can tell.
Right.
So I mean, I guess the only thing we can do now is either pack up and get there tomorrow at noon, or we'd leave and show up there also tomorrow afternoon. But I guess it's entirely up to you guys. Like, I'm ready to go if you guys are. Like, if this is the lead we're looking at right here, as he like waves the
I
paper
mean,
around.
seems to be. So, you know, follow the lead.
Yeah.
Some logical next step.
Yeah, the most logical next step is leave now and get there tomorrow. But, I don't want to put you guys out on my, exceptional
mean-
need for vengeance.
I mean, I don't see any other need to stay put here.
I mean, well, here, how's about this? We go back to, is it afternoon yet, by the way?
Yeah, it's probably about 3 p.m. at this point.
Okay. Why don't we... Yeah, no, I like that idea. Why don't we go back to the berries and eat a nice dinner, and then we head out and camp out out of town tonight, if that's all right with y'all.
I mean, I don't see why not.
Who likes seafood? Raises his one hand.
Jasmine just kind of looks around for a moment and also raises his hand.
Seafood. I want seafood.
Vela, are you good with this plan?
I'm down.
I
All
love
right.
seafood. I see food and I eat it.
Yay! In my head, I got that little like kids cheer thing, that yeah thing going in my brain when you said that for some reason. I guess I'm hungry for seafood. Anyway, the party makes their way out of the cabin with new knowledge, with new experiences in this new continent. Darbent's an interesting place. You make your way back to the restaurant after a little pit stop at Jardine's house, dropping things off. Crasta decides to hang out there. Crasta decides to hang out there because can't really eat, though he's sort of interested, but he's just trying to keep a low profile, as usual. You guys go and have some seafood. It's lovely. What they have on the menu. There's music playing, live band on the deck. They have shrimp bisque, crab cakes, boiled crawfish, shrimp and grits, fried catfish and oysters, shrimp and crawfish etouffee. It's amazing. Great food. You guys have a lovely
We got
time.
some while we're at it, they got some jambalaya,
Oh, absolutely. And gumbo.
some gator,
Mm-hmm.
and some
Not-
sweet
Mhm.
tea.
And you guys have a lovely evening, drinking and eating all this food among the ambiance. It seems like a pretty poppin' place for the neighborhood.
Speaking of which, just to state it,
Uh-huh.
he'll thieves cant a note to the berries essentially. I don't know what I know they're clever and rare, but I'm just gonna call them the berries.
Totally.
The
I mean,
good
that
berries.
is their clan name. It's fine.
They are the good
Yeah.
berries.
Yeah, he'll I mean, he could explain it in thieves can't, and it'll still make sense to them, but he'll just make sure to let them know we caught a lead. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna leave tonight. We should have news for you when we get back.
Yeah,
I
they
have a
express
question.
gratitude.
If we get back.
Go for it.
Do they have a relative named Thornberry?
Didn't account for that,
God.
but I love that. Maybe there will be in the future.
Smashing.
Smashing. So, oh my god. I love that show. Anyway, so they express gratitude to what has been communicated to them. They're a little visibly drunk, as happens in these festive nights. You all leave the restaurant full of food, beer, wine, whatever you need, and dance and music, and you're just feeling satisfied and happy with your life in this moment. Though you're dealing with difficult things, it's like that was just a really positive experience there at that moment. They throw a really good party. As you guys are walking into the night and heading your way out of town, you are faced with the woods and begin stepping into the night. And that's where we'll end today. Thank you everybody for joining me for session 30. I'm really excited that we got here to 30. That's crazy to me. It doesn't even make sense, but I'm really grateful for you guys playing, and we'll pick up again in 2 weeks at 6 p.m.-ish PST, and we'll play more Zotian Epoch. For now, everybody watching stream, you'll be able to see this on YouTube in a day or two once it's uploaded there, and it will be there forevermore. And that's it, everybody. Thank you. Yes, clap, clap, clap. All right, signing off. Ciao.